fun.
Good. I'm extremely nervous.
Oh, you know what? And it's very informative.
And we're up, Steve.
Cool.
It's just very informative.
Yeah.
And we have a good time.
We do. So now,
I
you know,
was
the
concerned
advertising.
when you were like, oh, well, how's this going to
It's no more than we had, Dano. It's just better placed.
Really? Okay.
Oh, there's no more than we had.
Okay, I thought you had to do a lot more.
About using my home email.
For a better price, they're going to tell you exactly what's going on with your system from top
Okay,
to bottom.
let's see.
All right.
Diagnosis, just $39.
Oh, do I need to
Now this sounds like crap. I don't know. It's tinny. I'm amazed.
I was still standing at the elevator.
Make notes of things that don't sound good. I was there waiting.
I know. Well, I had to fill the water because someone didn't fill the water.
Why would I fill the water?
What? Because you
Don't worry about it. Tell the unemployment.
That's a stewardess's job.
All right, I'm going. Anybody need anything from Walgreens?
Walter, you know, I wish we had some kind of in between commercials with me. If there was some kind of like buffer, just even a sounder. Would that be? That would be aggravating after a while.
Not gonna
Like a wish or something, like a. Nah. Okay.
You still play our in and
All right,
out counter,
guys.
right?
This is a 1 minute, right?
Oh, geez, right off.
Guys, this is good test.
1 minute.
That's iconicare.com.
You know, K&H Home Solutions is doing something I love. We came up with this. It's called Name Your Deal. Now this is what I mean. You call them up and say, you know, I'd like to get siding for 30 or 40% off, or windows for, 60% off, or 2 for 1. Now you may say, that's crap, Tom. Why don't I just say I want it free? No, you make a real honest-to-goodness offer. Here's the good news. If they're really busy, the worst that can happen is they'll counteroffer, or maybe nothing. But you could get the deal of a lifetime if they're slow and they need work. So you name your deal and you email it to them, okay? Here's what you do. You email mydeal@khwindows.com. That's it. Just put your deal in for windows, siding, and doors. mydeal@khwindows.com. mydeal@khwindows.com. That's an email for you to email your deal to see what happens.
630 KHOW has your shot at 1,000.
102.
No, it wasn't. It was right on. Sweet. Oh wait, I might have. No, I started it right on. Yep, it was 59. I love being held to it. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Just let you know, that
This is
camera
really
there
gonna be
shows
fun, Mark.
you, just like you know. So when you talk, it'll be zooming in on you.
Okay, which camera?
This one here.
Oh, how do I hide from it?
I'm your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Centeno Schultz. Centeno Schultz. You know what they are? They are the true living stem cell people. That's right. All you have to do is go to the website stemcellexperts.com to find out more. They have seminars that come up weekly now, so you can find the latest stemcellexperts.com. As you know, I'm on a campaign against the fake, phony stem cell people. But Centeno Schultz, Dr. Chris Centeno specifically, was the original one to do stem cells in a clinical setting. So, that's it. StemCellExperts.com. I'm Tom Martino. How are you? Give us a call. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. All you have to do is call us at 303-713-TALK. Unlike any other show anywhere, this one gets directly involved in your life. You know, so many shows talk about politics and, well, mostly politics, right? I mean, really, isn't that what everyone talks about? If you think about talk radio, what else is it? Politics, politics, politics. You know, on the weekend you have some fix-up shows which are fun, you got some car shows, but this show encompasses all of your everyday life. And the politics part only really comes as to it pertains to your personal finance or your buying or selling decisions. So welcome. Our number to call is 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Well, we're in it. The new year. Anything change for you? What's happening? Are you pissed off already? Did somebody chafe your rear? Give us a call if you need help. Mark, I think the new year, I think the new year is starting off strong as far as retail. I've noticed that businesses are still booming after the holidays. Usually you see a little lull, but I've noticed restaurants are busy and stores are busy. I don't know if you did, but
Yeah, I have too.
the parking lots are still full, and I'm not sure what that is. But here's another thing. We have a place we call in this show the common man or common woman. And what that means is we invite people from the audience from time to time to come in and just sit on the show. That's it. You can request that as well. Just, email us at our general email address, help@troubleshooter.com. And when you do it, you'll be invited to come in and sit around with us. Now, why is Ruth here? Well, I asked Ruth to come in because she gave me a phone call and said she had a problem with a job. She was let go, and then I just happened to ask about the previous job, and she was let go, and I thought, sometimes when people have a problem at work once or twice or 3 times or 4, I'm not saying she was 3 or 4. She had 8 years, I believe she said, prior to that one, 8 years at that job. And then she had 2 in a row that terminated rather quickly. What do you think the problem is? I told her if she came in, I'd analyze her. And we'd have fun with it. By the way, when we do this, we do it in fun, but we truly want to help people as well. Okay? Now, as a consumer show, that's what we do. We help. You call and you say, hey, I bought this and it crapped out, or I gave guy money and didn't come back, or I'm looking for a car. What do you think? What do you think about this versus that, buying versus leasing, which, by the way, is a discussion all in unto itself. That's what we do. And all you have to do, part of it, is 303-713-TALK. Ruth, you are in healthcare, as I remember, right, Ruth? And you got to get close to the mic when you talk. Our common woman, she's been listening for about 8 years, and she loves and adores me, so those are the 2 prerequisites. You got to be listening, and you have to have some admiration. And so, Ruth, as the story goes, you're here. You are the common woman today. How does it feel to be a common woman? Okay.
I don't feel very
You're speechless. Now, Ruth, listen. The healthcare, right? You were in healthcare.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think? Do you think that you have a tough time getting along with people, or normally you get along with people just fine?
I get along with all sorts of people.
Are you a registered nurse?
I work in medical imaging.
Imaging. Would that be like in radiology and or MRIs, things like that?
Absolutely.
Okay. The first job, you were employed for 8 years, and what happened to that job, by the way?
Well, it was wonderful, and I've got to say, these companies that I've worked for have been wonderful.
Okay. And we're not going to, this is not to go after people.
I loved it, but really, you start there, you just, you don't get the raises.
You know
don't
why?
Make the money.
A prophet is never famed in his own land. Because when you're a star, like if you grew up in a small town, you're never a star there. And if you came up through the ranks, I know when I was a little cub reporter at a newspaper, I was always a cub reporter. And then when I got put on to broadcast, they never take you seriously. So you were there, you grew in that position, and basically you were looking to advance yourself. Is that it in a nutshell? You were not terminated, or were you?
I was not terminated.
Okay.
I was looking for a $10 an hour raise, which I would get pretty much going anywhere.
Okay, so you went somewhere else, and you became an imaging staff person there, and were let go after just a few months. Then you got another job and was let go just after a few months, and we want to know why. So we're going to be talking about that from time to time. If anyone wants to chime in. And Ruth, we're also going to try to help to find you work. 303-713-TALK. Sandra wants to talk about estate problems. Now, I want to explain something. This is so common when it comes to estates, how people are cheated. Money does something to people, and also death does something to people. It's like they make a grab. I hear of complaints of people going to their mom and dad's house and they start stuffing their purse with stuff. I mean, it gets ridiculous. David Salisbury, who does his estate law, wills, probate, and all of that, he says that families in a will fight more than strangers in a will. So anyway, having said all of that, Sandra, what's happening with your mom's estate? When did this estate take form? When did she pass away?
Well, she passed away probably 11 years ago. But my understanding was my aunt and my mother had a living trust.
Okay.
So if whichever one passed away first, everything went to the other one.
Wait, the aunt, you said?
They're sisters, yes.
But that's weird. Was she, your mom was married though, right?
No, my mother and my aunt were both single women.
Okay, and they made a survivor's trust, which is weird, because what about their children? Didn't they think about their children?
My aunt didn't have any children. It was just me and my brother and my sister. So the way they set it up was my mom had property on Long Island and my aunt had property in California. Well, they put it all together and it was in a living trust. If one passed, the other took control of it.
Okay, but and then when the other one died, where did it go?
Then it went dispersed equally between the three of us.
Oh, okay, okay, I understand. I understand. So did they combine their assets then?
Yes.
All right, so what's the problem?
The problem is I didn't say anything after my mother passed away because I was understanding that once my aunt passed away, then that's when everything would be distributed. Well, my aunt is still alive, but she has told me recently that they sold my mother's house, which I already knew that.
All right, so what's the problem right now? Who's stealing what?
Well, the problem is my mother's house was sold for about 1.7 mil, and my aunt saw nothing of that.
Okay, wait. Who's administering this trust?
Apparently, my brother has finagled my aunt into letting him.
Oh, so the aunt signed him on as the trust. What do you call it? The administrator.
Yeah. Power of attorney, whatever, I don't know.
No, but I mean, what do you call, Dan, Deputy Dan?
Executor?
He's the executor, not the executor, but he's the trustee, he whatever he is, the administrator. But here's what I want to know. He's the administrator of the trust, and as administrator of the trust, you think that he is doing something with the money for himself?
He and my sister.
But, okay. See, this is a problem. The trust holds all of the assets. The home was sold. How do you know the money is not in the trust?
Because my aunt told me this recently. And
don't you get trust documents?
No, I get nothing. They didn't even tell me they sold my mother's home. A friend of mine called me and told me.
This is weird. Who's right now, your aunt is all of the trust. She owns all of it, right?
She should, but she doesn't have any control of it.
All right, hold on a second. What we have to do is get control. We need to get copies of this trust, or we need to get David Salisbury on the line. Hold on, and we'll get David Salisbury on the line.
I did Centeno, so I do fix it. What else?
Well, you can't do that. That's going to...
Interesting way to get your protein.
Okay, but I did Centeno, so I brought to you by. I'm going to do that every hour, brought to you by somebody.
We can't do that.
Why? Oh, we can't do that?
Because they break for 6 minutes.
I won't do it anymore. I won't do it anymore. So right now, we'll... Okay.
Pull one from the third hour and fill it in.
Pull one from the third hour to put in here that I should have done. See, he wants me to stay exactly on the clock, and he's right. I shouldn't do brought to you by. Although, we can do it for our own.
No, but you're missing it. Those you're going to have to do in contents our own. But you're missing
I'll do those brought to
as
you
soon
by.
as he goes to break, they rejoin in exactly X amount.
Okay.
So now we're 60 off.
No, we're not going to be. I'm going to do 2 spots here no matter what, okay? Because I screwed up. So give me the second spot to do. And also, Grant, I really like what you did, but it's really hard for me to read. I'm going to show you how I want it written. It's very easy.
Aurora Ortho.
Fix It 24/7 is doing an incredible deal. $39 to find any problem in your home with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. Now, you know, diagnostics is usually what takes the time. And then Fix It will fix it for you if you want them to and apply that $39. So you never pay an extra $39, you just pay $39. If you don't want the work done, that's fine too. They'll give you a complete written diagnostic. That's Fix-It 24/7. They have an easy way to get a hold of them. If you go to fixmyhome.com, that is for your home resource, fixmyhome.com. Now, as far as calling them right now for the $39 special, there's only one hitch. Only the next 20 people for $39 to find the problem. 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939. Fixmyhome.com.
The providers at downtown.
Okay, what do I do now? All right.
Surgery and no downtime. And guys, they can even help you regain your sexual vitality and health. Visit Downtown Healthcare.
I think so, you know, too, on break 3 in the third hour, Become the Banker, I'm pretty sure it's a 30.
No, it's just about a trust and how to get information. Tell them it's very general. I need to just look at this thing here. This is. I see what you did. It almost sounds like it's not loaded. Is it evenly? And this is actually good. This clock actually, it's not bad. They refinance you free of all lender fees, and they have pre-approvals, which is just like a cash offer. You are actually approved. All they're waiting for is an appraisal and written guarantees that your pricing will be a certain amount and it will not change. 303-867-7000, closing in 3 weeks. You know, they're just knocking the heads off of these people again, Mark, with 2 and 3 live spots. They're also on my referral list at referrallist.com. If you owe the IRS back taxes, get ready to pay up. The IRS just added an army of collectors to track you down. They are this is such bullshit. Until it's too late. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima works to stop the aggressive collection action.
It's weird they did them in the same 2 breaks, though, too.
They have an A+ rating with the BBB. Call Optima now for your free consultation. Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575. A safe, conservative investment. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's for everyone. I'm not saying it's get rich quick, but you will gain wealth tax-free with Become the Banker. It's a very simple concept, okay? You can learn about it with a one-on-one meeting or a personal webinar on the comfort of your computer, or you can go to a seminar. It's your choice. I'll tell you how to get in touch with them in just a second. What it is overfunding a mutual whole life insurance policy. It's a solid policy, but the object here is not the policy, but the cash value that you can build artificially by overfunding it. And you use that money during your life instead of credit cards, or you can use it as like a supplemental income on your Social Security. Here's how you get a hold of them. It's a wonderful program, and that's becomethebanker.info. Becomethebanker.info or 303-779-6600.
It's about what matters.
I want the government out of my life.
It's
Huh?
Was that a 30 or a 1?
So, I'm just, never mind. Just. Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so we had a question here. And by the way, our common woman, feel free to chime in if you want, Ruth, if you think we're giving good or bad advice or you want to chime in. Hey, David Salisbury's here, and he is an expert on estate law and wills and trusts and probate. He's done work for me, for Mark. He's done trusts for me. So here's the question, David, and I'll bring up the caller, but it's very easy for me to summarize this. Sandra and her siblings, 2 of them, so there's 3 of them, okay? They have an aunt and a mom, and it was a first-to-die trust. One went into the other's name. So her mom died, the entire trust and all of the assets went into her aunt's name. Now, she said the aunt is letting the brother control the trust, and the brother sold the house and none of the money ended up in the trust. But here's the general question, David. How do you get access to a trust and to the bookkeeping? This is the weirdest thing, because if you don't have any part of the trust, you don't have a right, but then you don't know if you have a right if you don't see it. It's almost it's a catch-22, David.
It is, Tom. It is, because I've had that situation many times, and someone who is a beneficiary but not a current beneficiary will call me up and they want information, and I just say, you're not the beneficiary now. You may be in the future, but you're not now.
So if she's wondering what the heck's going on with this trust, all right? So Sandra, are you named in the trust, you and your sister and your brother?
I have no idea.
Okay, you have no idea of anything. All you know is that your mom and aunt had a first-to-die trust. How did you know that?
Because we talked about it when my mother first got sick. I went back to New York to take care of her for a year.
So your mother left everything in that trust, and then the aunt took over. Now, the aunt...
Supposedly, but my aunt has told me she hasn't gotten anything or seen anything either.
Well, your aunt, it's her trust. So this brother is railroading everyone.
Yes, sir.
Well, David...
My aunt is actually afraid of him.
The aunt's afraid of him. Well, we can't do anything about that, but she has... If she is is she the trustee?
As far as I know, because she's talking now about changing all of her stuff. But she's afraid he's going to get in there and not let her do it.
Well, he can't prevent her. David, even if she granted him access or privilege or authority, can't she take it back?
She can take it back. A fiduciary, which a trustee is, can delegate some things. We can't delegate all the responsibilities. And I think, maybe this is a time to send the aunt a letter. But, you said it was the second to die, which may mean that everything went to the aunt on the death of her mother.
It did.
Meaning she owns it, and she gets to keep it, and she can do any damn thing she wants.
Sandra wants her aunt to live on it. The problem is the brother is controlling it. She wants to know what the aunt can do to get it back from the brother.
The aunt can petition the court and say, this guy's taken over everything, I don't have access anymore, and it needs to be put to an end. And that's what I would do. I would petition the court and force him, now on her, meaning the aunt's behalf,
right,
and force him to give up this, provide the information, and as long as the court's looking at it, if they find out that he's done something inappropriate, they'll let him know it in a not-so-subtle way.
So, Sandra, you're going to need your aunt will need legal representation, and your aunt will have to petition the courts to get the trust back. If she gave him authority and he won't voluntarily surrender it, she's got to go to court. But she's afraid to even talk to him. Is that right?
Well, he lives with her. He's supposed to be helping her and taking care of her, but he doesn't do anything for her.
So he sold a house for $1.7 million, and not a penny showed up in the trust.
That's right. That's what I'm understanding.
Where'd the money go?
I imagine he dispersed it between him and my sister because she won't talk to me either. So,
unfortunately, you know what? David sees this all too often. You have to bring it to the courts. And here's the unfortunate thing. As people get older and feeble, they have less fight in them. So if your aunt, guess what? If your aunt decides not to fight it, then you can just sit back and watch your sister and brother steal everything.
Yes.
You can't intercede. It's hers. Do you think that's what's going to happen? You think they're just going to get away with it?
Well, not if... I'm sorry.
What?
Well, if you know what I would do, I would take her to lunch one day and tell her, look, you need to get an attorney. I can get you one, and you can call me. I'll be glad, because that's going to end up in court. I'm not really a litigator, but I will find you somebody good to handle this. But it's going to be up to your aunt whether she wants to engage an attorney or not. You can't force her to.
Okay, that's right. You can't force. Do you think she will? Do you think she will?
I do think she wants to do, because she's expressed that to me. But see, I'm in Colorado and she's in California, so I have to get to her. She really wants me there, and she wants me to live with her and get him out.
Well, then you got to take action.
She's going to need a California attorney.
Yeah, and you need to take action and do it pretty quickly.
Well, that's kind of the reason I called.
Okay, David can help you find someone, but so you're going to need one where the trust presides.
Yes.
Okay.
Or resides, and then the state will preside. So it's California, and what part of California?
La Cañada.
Where is that near? What county?
L.A.
Okay. So, David, you guys have associations of estate attorneys, right?
Yeah, I can get her the name. What I normally do is get the person the names of 3 attorneys who I've checked out, and then I'll let them. I don't like to just give one attorney.
No, that's great.
I'll give them advice about, here's how you approach them. Find out this, find out that.
Thank you.
I'll be glad to do that. She can call me.
All right, Sandra, we're going to, Suzanne, make sure she gets that number, the number for everyone else, and he'll answer questions and help you out. 720-493-3911. That's David Salisbury. Now, folks, as you know, I'm trying to get through calls quickly, I promise you, okay? And then when you call us or write to us, we get back to you, like April right here. April, you first emailed us, I think, and what's going on? Are you there, April? Okay, April's not there, so that's okay. We'll take Preston. Hi, Preston. What's going on?
Great.
Hey.
So, try to short story, or try to make it short for you. Me and a friend started a business last year, but the business was started kind of piggyback off of one he already started.
Now, when you say started as a piggyback, did you guys have a business entity?
He did. So the company he currently works for, when he originally started, they had him create a 1099 or create a company so he could be 1099 to them.
Okay, and that doesn't always work, but I'm not going to get into that. Preston, what was the name of what kind of LLC? What was it for? What kind of work?
Internet marketing.
Okay.
What he originally started. Originally what he started it for was.
What's his first name?
John.
So let's call it John's LLC. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then did you start going to work for John's LLC?
No. So what's happened is we used John's LLC's credits, all of the...
And the tax,
credits.
Did you use the tax ID?
Yes, we used all of that to basically start a second company. So we've been running an online store.
Here's what I want to know. You started a second company, but did the first company continue?
Yes. So it's kind of how I'm explaining it may be incorrect. So we used John's LLC to start buying assets to sell for an online store.
Okay, you bought you call that inventory, not assets.
Yes, sir.
You bought inventory.
Well, we'd like to separate. So from the domain name, like all of the stuff that was for just the online store and all of those particular items, the inventory, the domain names, all of that stuff, we want to separate it from John's LLC and make Preston and John's LLC.
Okay, and Mark and I have done this before, and we're going through that too. We do this all the time with business entities, so hold on. There are really easy ways to do it. Here's the important thing. Keep it simple. And a lot of the things you've done, I hope, are not, irreversible, because you already started something. But we'll go over that. Our number is 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255.
Now I get to see how many times they're doubling and tripling people.
Well, I don't know why they're in the break after break, even if they did 2 and 3 hours.
One big crash in the tech center on the Highway Drive northbound I-25 between Quincy and Hayden.
We really should have put fix it not in the same hour. We really shouldn't have done that. I know that's not your problem, man, but if I can I do something? Let me just do something else here. It doesn't matter to you, right?
Pick a station.
Okay, I'll do ideal. Because I'd like to put fix it in the next hour if they're going to do more than one. Keep track of that. I'm sorry, man.
The weather forecast: sunny today with a high near 47. Right now, few clouds and 19. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-House.
Thank you.
Arapahoe Basin's 468-acre expansion, The Beavers, is now open with 34 new.
We're starting a new clock, so it's a little confusing. That's why we're. If you're looking for a home loan, I can think of nothing better than idealhomeloans.com for your next ideal home loan. Listen, Ideal has the interest rate guarantee, and that is of utmost importance right now with uncertainty. No matter what interest rates do, if you refinance or buy with Ideal and rates go down, it's very simple. They will refinance you free of charge. That's all you have to do is get the interest rate guarantee, which is automatic. Another thing they do is credit optimization. Even though you're approved, there are different tiers of approval. So what they can do is go in and adjust a few balances here or there. You might pay down a credit card here or there, and that will help you get better pricing. That's idealhomeloans.com for all of your best deals. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Remember, it's a locally owned and operated company, and they can do everything online or by phone. idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000.
2019 is here, and rates are still in the low 4s. Denver's
housing market is continuing to increase in value, with over 35,000 more families moving in than out annually. The feds continue to raise short-term rates, like auto loans, credit cards, but many of our clients are paying off their credit cards before rates increase again. Others are doing much-needed home improvements, like new carpet, new kitchens,
So on this one, that's it, right?
Some are just
That's it for this one.
So you're working now, Ruth, or you're kind of looking right now?
I like the way you're giving me breaks in between. That's great.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And I actually have...
So then I'll just fix it where Ideal was.
that I'm supposed to talk to after this.
Okay.
It pays really well. It's a temp agency that offers benefits, but it's like contracts. And instead of traveling and getting the stipend and hotel, they put that into your pay. So it sounds like a really good deal. But
where would you travel, like around the state or around?
yeah, like the first right now they need me in Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah, I told them I'd go within an hour of,
Gotcha. So you come back every...
Well, I have children, so I want to be home.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
so I can
sure.
have everything. But aside from that, I have a couple of rental properties.
If you're doing a kitchen project, you don't have to run all over and shop around. Call. Think about that. You call.
Is it easy to rent right now?
He'll give you prices.
Actually, no, this is a terrible time to be trying to rent a place, and I just bought a place.
Because in the winter,
I have people that like to move in the winter. But still, yeah, but I just bought my third property, so I'm rolling, but it's an incredibly stressful time to have a HELOC without a job, you know. I mean, they make a good profit, but it doesn't.
Are these mostly you do condos or?
So I'm not beating a dead horse, but you know what happened that first break, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But I made up for it. It wasn't short.
No. They rejoined 30 seconds.
I did another spot.
We came back. I'm talking the first break, or his second break, I guess it's called.
Mark, I did, to make up for the one I did for Centennial Schultz, I did another one, so I don't know how that happened.
You did a 30, not a 60.
And get rid of it. But
we came back 30 seconds early. That's all I'm telling you.
We came back 30 seconds early in the first break, or what you call the second break. Don't ever do that, by the way. The first break is at 15. That's just nomenclature. But did I come back?
He wouldn't know.
Did I do? Oh, never mind. You know.
He wouldn't know. I'm literally on with them.
But I don't know how that can happen. There might be another problem because I did 2 60s. I thought.
No, to become the banker, I think you just did a 30.
Did I become the banker as a 60? I did, Mark. I swear to God. Well, maybe I didn't.
We'll see what this.
I would like to know just for.
I know.
They haven't wrecked the place.
Because I think I did it as a 1 minute.
What do you show total time first break?
5:15.
Is that what
he said? 5:15. He said. We're just trying to figure out why we rejoined Springs 30 seconds early, because I did do one to make up for that Centennial. I did one. Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so Preston wants to separate his business. He started, and we'll talk about that. Anthony wants to talk about a mechanic on the Sleesburg. Oh, no. It's not 44th Avenue, is it?
No, thank goodness.
There's another one.
Just as bad.
Okay. We are going to talk about a mechanic you should avoid. You're going to want to listen to that. Plus, we have a couple lines open at 303-713
713-TALK, 713-8255. Well, let's talk to Preston now. Preston, so you started buying stuff and doing business under John's LLC. You joined your buddy. Now you want to separate it. This is very important for me to know. John's LLC, Preston, was it still doing business, or is it still doing business doing other things other than what you're doing with them?
Yes.
Okay, so is it going to be easy to identify the assets and liabilities and inventory for each LLC?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. Then you never took ownership of John's LLC, right?
No.
Okay. So this should be a very easy job. You simply establish new bank accounts and a new set of books and a new entity and call it John and Preston's LLC, and then you move the stuff over.
Do we have to sell that stuff to the other company, or can we just donate it?
You don't have to donate it. No, you're simply transferring it. It's a non-taxable event because it's what you're doing is you're doing what it really amounts to, and I'm hoping you have accountants at the end of the year, but what it will amount to is a capital contribution to the next business, whatever you guys put into that LLC. Now, we can get Eric Reinemer from Atlas to explain this for everyone listening, because maybe people are starting out and then want to form an entity, so they would have the same kind of question. But I believe it's a non-taxable event, and you will simply transfer the stuff over. So is there any... Now, while we get Eric on, I'll ask other questions. Was there anything else, or was that just the main question? How do you transfer? How much inventory do you have?
We have about $40,000
okay.
inventory.
Do you have any assets?
Besides the domain, stuff like that, no. We don't have to actually...
Okay.
I mean, trinket stuff, office stuff.
So the inventory was purchased with what money? Was it John's money, or did you both contribute?
It was credit used under the LLC.
I understand, but it hasn't been paid. It hasn't been paid back yet, right?
Not entirely.
All right, you'll show that as a loan to the new LLC. That becomes an accounts receivable for John's LLC and an accounts payable for new LLC.
Okay.
And so that's basically how you do it.
Okay.
So did you go through a tax year yet?
No, we haven't gone.
Okay, then let me put it to you another way. Then it never happened. You don't transfer anything, because what happened never happened. You just start a new LLC. That's all you do. Start a new LLC. You book, and Suzanne knows better than I, he would book a loan from John's LLC immediately for what they spent on inventory, right? And then they would book inventory in their plus column, right?
That makes the most sense, Tom.
Right, because the IRS, no one cares. If you never filed taxes, no one cares how you started out. Now, did you make any money yet?
Yeah. Yeah. We did $1 million in sales last year.
Oh.
Between April and December.
So you did a lot of... Man, you guys are doing good. Now, how much profit was there?
We did about 25% in profit.
You would book, listen, you would book the money in under the new LLC. You would book the cost of inventory, cost of sales, and then you would book a loan. So the loan accounts for the cost of sales for the inventory, for the, and it'll all work out. If you go to QuickBooks, it's all going to work out, and an accountant will tell you. But there's no need to say to an accountant, we started under John's LLC. You really didn't. You just used John's LLC's credit, and you put the money in there just as a temporary parking space. But you're going to book it under the new LLC. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Now, what is Atlas, by the way? Let's give the number out, because here's why. Atlas CPAs and advisors are on our referral list, and they specialize in small to medium businesses and people looking for exit strategies, transfers, entities. They're really great people for taxes, for payroll. What is that number, Suzanne? 303-799-9111. Oh, that's right. I remember that now. 799 9111. So that's 303-799-9111. And, you know, they'll consult people to set up businesses without money. I mean, in other words, just a free consultation to see which direction you should go. 303-713-TALK. Okay, so we're going to get around to talking to Ruth here eventually here. Ruth is in the healthcare industry, and we're trying to analyze what direction to go. We always ask people to come in for fun and also to have to help with direction. And Ruth, do you want to stay doing imaging? Is that really where you're at right now? Because you're trained to do that, right?
I love what I do.
You love what you do. Certainly there must be a lot of work available, yes or no?
There is. In fact, I have a job lined up.
Don't you usually find that you're among the top candidates and you usually get selected?
Yes, actually, I've been getting a lot of callbacks.
Good. So I think it was really just an anomaly. I mean, if you were at the previous job for 8 years and these two were kind of shorter, I don't know. What do you think?
To be honest, I think that coming from an outpatient setting and going to a hospital setting is a lot different and very cutthroat.
I know. I'm going to summarize it. It was probably politics, and probably you threatened them because you procedurally know how to do it better, maybe, and they were kind of afraid to let you in on the system because they might be a little lax. Seriously.
I was more qualified than the position that I had, and I think it upset people.
Yeah, especially the middle managers. That's the problem. It's not that you're saying or doing anything. They're just thinking, you know what, it's better just to, you know, let's not even mess with it. She doesn't fit in right. Because some people, they might have a shortcut way of doing things. Not wrong, just different. And you might have come from an environment doing it totally differently, and they're afraid, or not afraid, but they're intimidated by just telling you, don't do it that way. And sometimes, when people say it's not a good fit, they really mean it. They really mean it's not a good fit. I have a lot of listeners, and by the nature of this show, they're black and white. You know, this is the way you do it. My listeners are like that. A lot of my referral list members tell me that they get a customer from the referral list, and those customers are pretty black and white. You know, you do it this way, not this way. And they're nice people, but they know right and they know wrong. And I think sometimes employers actually, even though they can depend on those employees, it's difficult to deal with them sometimes. When I have employees that are so good at what they do and they want to do things a certain way, it's sometimes more of a pain in the ass to try to get it to do your way, and you don't even feel like having those kinds of employees. I'm not saying you're like that, but what I mean is you came from a very structured environment to a very crazy environment.
Well, I went from an environment where, yeah, I think it's easier and more laid back, and I was, you know, able to do. I had a lot more leeway to a much more structured environment, but...
Oh, you're saying you came from a less structured environment, you think?
Outpatient is less structured.
Okay, and you're saying that the hospital way was just a bit more staunch.
Yes, but what upset me is that the issues that they said they had, they never looked into it, they never let me explain or look into it.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Anthony is coming up next. He wants to talk about this mechanic that should be on the Sleaze Brigade, or he is already on the Sleaze Brigade. We'll talk about that. Okay, right? Am I reading this right? I don't know why I can't read things. Okay, who's next? Okay, I have no idea why, but okay.
So I don't know.
It's not your fault, Grant. I truly am dyslexic, and I have a problem if things aren't laid out right. Okay.
After the show, let's sit with him and figure out how he needs to write.
I need to be.
I don't think I'm better than everybody else, Tom.
Watch out for slowing on westbound I-70
like that.
portion. Like
You don't.
70, you have to use your side of fast gas. Weather forecast. Sunny today with a high near 47. Tonight clear overnight, a low of 21. Right now, partly cloudy.
As far as the layout, it's perfect what you did.
I think we got to do a more of a break one and then indent over 1, 2, 3.
No, I make it easier because I go like really fast. I'll show you. You'll like it. It's really easy.
A-Basin's new terrain at www.arapahoebasin.com.
Let's talk about eye care. Icon eye care. Now, I say eye care and not LASIK and not, cataracts, but I mean LASIKs and cataracts, but also eye care. They are an eye care clinic. But they have done hundreds of thousands of LASIK procedures. They've done them perfectly. And LASIK is their hallmark. They were the first ones to introduce low-cost LASIK. If you're looking at LASIK, look at Icon, 866-GOT-ICON, iconeyecare.com.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
I love 30.
That was 30?
Yeah. Mark, a minute is an eternity.
Hey, listen,
now, what do I do next? I don't see anything. Oh, that's it? Good. Thank you.
Listen.
Yes.
When we come back, try to let the music play for at least 5 seconds.
All the time?
First 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's pretty good for a first day, actually, except for that first one. But I don't know what was wrong with it because we both have the same time.
Stupid. I tried to think I was going to do something good. The brought to you by.
But if you did
from now on, it's going to be my own inventory. Brought to you by at the tops.
Yeah.
And then that'll knock out 3 of them right there, and then I'll do in content.
Plus, if you do those, I'm trying to think, the ones in the springs. So,
well, I know
it doesn't even matter. Actually, they all are in the springs. Who's not?
Frank. Not.
Frank
and one clear. Well, no, one's down there too.
Hell yeah, One Clear Choice has their store down there.
So I'll do that. I'll do 2 and 3 the other way. You're at 2, hour 2.
Frank and
top 2.
Really, Frank and Ideal.
No, top 3, top 2.
Joan Sullivan has everybody. Trenner doesn't matter.
Actually, Mark, I think this is going to be better than cramming everything like I used to.
It's going to be organized.
I like it.
And rates are still in the low 4s.
And he really is conscientious. This guy's, he's good.
More families moving in than out annually.
No, he's looking out for the whole family.
He gives a shit.
Oh, I like it. It's not like Dan.
We're gonna let's have a quick meeting after the show. We'll have a quick meeting after the show, the 3 of us here, and Suzanne, of course, and go over just some stuff on how to lay it out for my inabilities here.
So is that the rule? You got to have a music playing for the
Mark, you say, isn't that hard though at first, the way it's written? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I mean, we go like on the fly like crazy.
Since 2001, we specialize in you, the customer. 720-895-0500.
And you happen to be here on the new clock day, so.
It's all good.
It's not as fun as it used to be.
Aw.
This clock is important, Mark. When you hit start and stop immediately so it's ready for the next one. You got to hit the start and the red button immediately so it's ready to go.
What's that? Oh yeah, I know. It's like 70 people between the two. Okay.
TheRealEstateMan.com. Oh, why is he?
He's got his schedule this month is crazy.
Okay.
They gave me a bunch of, I don't even want to say it on air how cheap the spots were. January's slow as shit.
We are just killing the Raleigh house. We got to talk to him, Mark.
Raleigh should be 30s now, right? Yeah, 30s.
Raleigh, but why do we have him in 2 breaks?
That I don't.
On the second hour.
Yeah, but we can, as long as you do a 30 for 30, move them.
You know what? I'm going to start talking to I'm going to start talking to clients.
Denver Egress has a 30. You can move to one of the Raleighs.
The needed repairs when you need them.
I can't expect him to do all of this. What I'm saying is.
No, but I think after we talk to him, he'll get it, man. I have no doubt he can do this without even thinking.
Then good, because I never want to lose this guy.
Then what you got to do is, since these are going to be almost exactly 30s and 60s, we're going to build up an inventory that's absurd. You're going to have 30s and 60s left and right for these guys.
By the way, you ought to run a recording on the ones you need right now, and then send them to me, and I'll trim them. You never sent me those other ones, did you?
the American economy.
From the other day, I asked for, did you send it to me? No, I didn't get an email from you.
No,
Remember I asked you to run a recording on some of the spots we need so I can trim them up and send them back to you? So what I'm saying is, take it upon yourself to email me anything you want, and I'll assume you need it. And when you email it to me, I'll trim it up, make it perfect for you, okay? So I'll just let you do whatever you need.
Well, you've got 16 chances a day to win it. The 16K a day giveaway. Terrific. Every hour at 5 past the hour on 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, fighting for you. Help information and referrals, referralist.com. Anthony, you had a bad experience. Anthony, what happened, man?
Well, I gave a guy some money to fix my transmission.
Yes?
He told me to give him some money up front so he could purchase the transmission. And then
How did you feel about that, Anthony, when you first heard that he wanted money up front? How'd you feel about that? Pro Auto Care would never ask for that. Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair would never ask for that. Honest Accurate Auto would never ask for that. You know, I mean, we have a ton of shops that would never ask for that. That is the first sign of a poor automobile shop, is when they want you to pay for the parts up front. So anyway, what's the name of the shop, Anthony?
Certified Transmission.
And where are they located?
They're in Commerce City, but
did we already have? Are they on the Sleaze Brigade?
He is the first one on the Sleaze Brigade under mechanics, and his name is Jeff Jolliffe or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
I went out and met that guy.
Tom.
He's a clown, man.
Yep.
The guy's a total
Certified
clown.
Transmissions. We gotta put a word out. How much did you pay this guy?
$2,000, but I went. He got my car repoed.
Oh no! Hold on, Anthony. Hold on. How did he get your car repoed? It was at the shop. You paid $2,000. Then what happened? What's the next thing that happened?
Well, I know he broke his arm, so he said he was having a hard time working on cars.
And he really did break his arm?
Yeah, his arm was kind of messed up, but then he had my car for over 2 months.
Okay, and how did it get repoed, Anthony?
He parks a lot of his cars on the street, and I know the city end up putting a lot of...
so it wasn't repoed by the lender, was it?
No. I mean, it was just towed. It was
okay. It was towed to where?
To, take this... I'm not sure the name.
The impound lot? I mean, did you get your car back?
It was an impound lot, yeah. They got...
How much did that cost you? What did that cost you?
Actually, the shop took it out, surprisingly.
Oh, good.
And,
okay. So, Anthony, where does it stand today? What's going on today? You have your car. You're out $2,000. Is the car running?
Well, the car was running before I got there. I mean, my
in other words, do you have what you... Did you ever get a transmission?
No, I never got a transmission. And then I went over there. He was like, I can't fix your car after all. Come get it. You're going to get a refund. And I was like, I have to work in school. I don't have time to go come get it today. And then he never responded to me, but he said my keys were in the car.
All right.
He left my car open throughout the day. You know, so at 9 o'clock at night,
we're going to help you. We're going to help you, but here's the good news. If you do a small claims court for this guy, there's likely something we can put a lien on. I'm not sure, but likely if he has a place of business. Mark, this guy sounds lienable to me.
Yeah, he don't have a place of business. I went over there the night after school.
Wait,
and,
is he gone?
Yeah. I met the landlord at his place.
Oh no!
And the landlord said that he's got evicted, that he hasn't paid rent for a while.
Man, if people would check Sleaze Brigade, this wouldn't have happened.
Now, I want to tell you, SleazeBrigade.com, SLEAZE, Sleaze Brigade, BRIGADE. Tom Bruin Auction Gallery's up there. Tom Bruin. Mark went out and confronted him. This guy's on there, and anyone checking... Now, these are the worst of the worst of the worst. It doesn't mean they're good. The great people are at referralist.com. These are just the sleaziest of the sleazes, and there are plenty of bad people that aren't on here. But here's what we have to figure out, Anthony. Where is the guy?
Well, I went to go make a small claims this morning, and the court said I needed to find his address.
Right.
And so I did a little bit of research, and I'm pretty sure I found his address out in Brighton.
Okay. But you would sue him, I believe, where the business was, right, Mark? Not where he lives.
Well, I mean, if the business is gone, you'd sue him in the county where he lives. Yeah.
Okay, so you think you found his address. How did you find it, Anthony?
Well, I have a friend that used to...
Excellent.
That used to work as a paycheck. She used to always collect debt for like a check cashing place, you know, so I asked her if she could help me out. And
that's very cool.
She did her research. Yeah,
now, do you need someone to serve him? We'll do that.
Should I go back to the small claims court?
Yes, and get his address. Now listen, we can help you. Once you fill that out, we can have someone serve him and get it recorded. Then if you get a default judgment or a judgment, we can help you collect it, okay?
Okay, because I know there was all kinds of cars that were getting...
You hold on. Just hold on, Anthony, because I want to hear about the cars and put out the word. But, Suzanne, give Anthony our contact information. Let's talk to...
Remember the one guy, the fucking vehicle was down there a year.
Right. No, he's got, this is his third one we've had for him.
A year!
Yeah. But remember, the video was really crappy. We had very poor coverage and stuff, so we didn't really get a good picture of him and stuff.
Does he have one this break?
Actually, I don't know if there's any out there and stuff. Usually they bring it up from, they bring it up from, Daphne brings it up from down in the office.
I should just take this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's all yours.
See if you notice it.
Hour 2,
See how long it takes to notice.
It says ideal, though. It says hour 2, break 1, ideal. We're going to have to figure that out.
This is why I can't stay out of trouble.
Is it coffee?
Just keep misbehaving.
You're a radical.
Tonight clear with an overnight low of 20. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 51.
Is that interesting and stuff, doing the imaging? I mean, did the doctors really want your opinion and stuff on that?
You know, my last job, because normally they don't want to know unless you see something really obvious and difficult. But unless you're an ultrasound or in a higher modality, they don't ask. But my last job at Sisters of Lutheran Charity, SDL Health, the doctors would ask me, what do you see, like, especially in the ICU.
I would think it'd be a great second opinion that somebody who sees a lot more than they do.
Well, that's what they say, but I mean, that's what they think, you know what I mean? I guess, I would say, you know, I'm not a doctor, I can't interpret or diagnose anything, but this is what fluid looks like, this is what this looks like, this is what this anatomy is, and, you know, let them kind of figure it out. But legally, I could lose my license.
For just saying stuff?
For pointing stuff out, even to physicians.
You're kidding me. That's crazy. So then what is your job then?
I collect information. I make the images.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the MRIs, you're doing the ultrasounds, you're doing the X-ray. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just operating the machine.
Got you. Okay. I thought you were actually doing the reading of it and stuff.
No. But if I was, say, scanning an abdomen and pelvis, and there was something really weird on the liver, I'd call the radiologist and say, hey, will you take a look? Do you want me to do a delayed scan? You know. But I've always been great. I think good at my job and teaching and.
What do you like in your coffee?
I got called. Just cream, just a sugar and cream.
One sugar and cream.
Wow, thank you.
That's what Mark does. That's one of his jobs here. Doing coffee.
No, I've been like a go-to person, and then I got called back to my school that I graduated from to teach a year and a half later.
Oh, really?
And coached them for the conference and got their first and second year ever winning the state championship.
There's a state championship for imaging?
It's just a brain bowl thing at the conference. But I really work hard. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not,
Dan, how did they leave it with that Sleeves Brigade complaint? So there's nothing we can do, is there?
Oh, you mean as far as what we're
Yeah,
doing?
Tom said to give him our phone number, but why are we giving him our phone number?
I think if you want stuff from small claims court, we can send them stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If you want, I can give him a call after this and stuff, and I got
All right, perfect. I'll email you his info if he wants a phone call.
Sounds good.
Was he an LLC or a sole proprietor? That guy, the sleeve guy. Because if he's a sole proprietor, they'll have to go after him in his home.
I don't know that for sure. You'll have to.
Your passion, your hours, your reputation.
I'll ask him that stuff. Well, actually, you can sue them both.
Yeah, you'll be down on the list of them, so.
You'll get the tax advice and a one-on-one partnership to help your business.
That's the whole thing with the small claims. Have you sued somebody in small claims before?
No, but as a sole proprietor, if you have an LLC, can they still go after you?
Depending upon how the check was written. If it was written to him personally, they can go after him and the business.
Even if it's on his business check?
If he said it, no. If it's written to the best industry right, then if the LLC goes bankrupt, you're right. You're off of that.
Okay.
Or it doesn't have to go bankrupt. The LLC just go away.
Yeah, or change its name.
Right, or change its name, which we have one down in Colorado Springs. That is his info.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the next one on my radar, actually.
But are you actually going to call and tell them? You're going to tell them?
No, I'm not going to tell them.
They're still working.
Maybe I should have a conversation with them.
There's a lot.
You know what? I will go see him.
Did you ask? I thought you wanted something to eat with that.
Oh, well, yeah.
Want an omelet?
Now,
Omelet, yeah.
am I doing one? Am I doing a headline? Okay, and that's fixing.
No, there's no headline. What do you mean a headline?
No. Okay. Trust me, Mark, that's what we're calling it. It's inside the spread.
Therapies, including cosmetic procedures,
Okay.
microneedling, Troubleshooter,
Coffee, thank you.
I didn't know they had coffee.
Important thing about the Hormone Bros is they do everything by blood testing. 720-361-2302. So many people.
I remember the guy looks
do
like.
this.
No.
Therapy is the most natural
If
delivery
it's in the
form.
block, I'm calling it a headline. We can't call it break one. We can call it Charlie if you want, just not break one.
So I call them the Hormone Bros. I just think it's cool.
But it's actually in the break.
Oh, it's only 15?
.com. Revitalized.
Oh, that's it. Thanks.
.com or thehormonebros.com. 720-361-2302. All of the therapy you need to
Fix It 24/7. We'll come to your home and for $39 do a complete refurbishment of your furnace. When I say refurbishment, I mean a cleaning and adjusting. And it's more than anything you'll ever see. It will be a complete breakdown to the extent they can, like taking out the blower, the burners, adjusting them, looking at all of the thermocouples, and every piece that can be cleaned will be cleaned. The cabinet will be cleaned, a new filter, and they have a no breakdown guarantee. And that is just $39. So many people say clean and check, and they don't really mean it. Fix It really gets into it, and you'll see the difference. Plus, it will operate more efficiently. That's Fix It 24/7 for the amazing $39 furnace tune-up and clean and check with a no-breakdown guarantee. 720-526-3939, 526-3939.
630 KHOW has your shot at $1,000. Now, text the nationwide keyword BANK to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's BANK to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. FrankDuran, I'm a consumer advocate, and I love telling you about good people. And Frank Duran is one of those. In fact, he's the best when it comes to buying and selling real estate. I could think of no one else I would use. Of course, there are other great people as well, but Frank is like just a cut above, and he will show you. It's called the one-day guarantee, meaning, or the one-day listing, meaning that if you're not happy with him after one day, you can cancel at any time. He will clean the house. He will stage the house. You'll love him. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, so we got a lot going on here. I'm going to get to all of your calls. All you have to do is call 303-713-TALK. April, what's happening with you, April?
I hired a floor contractor.
Yes.
In October.
Okay.
He came to the house, measured the flooring, wanted a deposit of $1,400, so I gave him that in a check.
Now, why did you do that?
Well, you know, I'm a trusting person.
Yeah. Did you check this guy? How'd you find this guy?
On thumbtacks.com.
Okay. So, it's amazing. It's amazing. We handle all the problems for all the other lists, and if you use referralist.com, you wouldn't have the problem, but we'll still do it. I mean, as long as people just keep knocking their heads up against the wall and using all of these unchecked out people. So you got this guy from Thumbtack. You gave him $1,400, and you assumed what? That he was honest and good. And what happened? What went wrong?
That was October 25th. November 6th, I hadn't heard nothing from him, so I texted him, asked him what was going on.
Sure, yeah.
I emailed him.
Yeah.
No reply.
So now what? Where does it stand right now? Rather than going through your journey of misery, what happened now? What happened? Anything?
Nothing. He's got my $1,400 out there laughing at me.
Who is this scumbag? Who is it?
Christopher McGahee, Second Chance Flooring.
Second Chance.
That is the worst name I've
Wait,
ever heard.
we heard it before because we had the same conversation. What a stupid name. Second Chance Flooring. It's like, oops, construction. You remember that one?
Or ouch dental.
Yeah. or proctology. So listen, we got to figure this out. We can't let these thieves get away with this. Let's call this guy right now. Second Chance Construction.
It's Second Chance Flooring.
I mean flooring.
It's been disconnected. Okay.
Oh no, Oh no.
Oh, but wait a minute.
What about FloorTack? Why isn't FloorTack helping?
Thumbtacks told me there was nothing they could do. All they could do is remove him from their site.
Oh, really? Isn't that nice of them?
So then I went on Home Advisor, found him on Home Advisor.
Oh, of course, you found him on Home Advisor, the guy that ripped you off for $1,400.
Yeah. I made a complaint to Home Advisor. They told me the same thing. There's nothing they can do except remove him from
Did they remove him? Did they remove him?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I checked and I can't find him.
Okay, good.
But I do have a second phone number for him.
Oh, have you tried it yet?
Oh, yeah, some lady answers.
What is she? How did you know it was his?
Well, okay, this is what happened.
All right. I don't care. You can tell me. Go ahead.
I posted pictures of him in the
Ooh.
neighborhood where his address is, okay?
You're smart.
Okay, and maybe that's harassment, I don't know, and I really, at this point...
Maybe that's a what?
Harassment.
What's harassing about it? If you post someone's picture and make a truthful statement, what's harassment about it? In fact, you need to send us that photo. Suzanne, we need to get this guy in the Sleaze Brigade if he's stealing and lying.
Right.
What's his name again? Give me his name. Yeah.
McGahee.
McGahee. How do you spell that?
M-C...
Yeah.
G-A-H-E-Y.
McGahee.
Second Chance Flooring.
Christopher, yes. Got it.
And for his second number, this is what happened. After I posted the pictures of him on telephone poles over in his little
man, are you something? You posted photos. Can you get us a photo of one of those telephone poles? Did you take a photo of it?
Oh, I have photos.
All right.
Believe me,
I want to listen. This is what I want. I want a photo of you. Of him. I want a photo of him. If you have a photo of the wanted poster on the telephone pole, I'd like that. But I'd like a straight picture of him. We're going to post it, too. We're going to post it. Mark's going to post it all over, and I'm going to put it on Sleaze Brigade. And we're going to warn people about him. We ought to warn people about Thumbtack as well. So anyway, tell us what else. How'd you get the other number then?
Okay. After I posted the pictures last week, I got this strange phone call.
Ah.
Okay. Wanting to know why I called them. I said, I didn't call you. You called me. A few cuss words were said, you know, whatever. So I thought about that, and I thought, her comment to me was, leave people alone.
Huh.
Leave people alone?
I wonder who this person is.
I was filling out some papers for the Attorney General over the weekend, and on one of my emails, that second phone number came up.
What do you mean on one of your emails? From him?
Yeah.
What
and
is
I never noticed it until yesterday.
Is it listed as an office or as a cell?
It's a cell number.
Okay, I think we ought to have that number. Give me the number.
So now while I was on hold with you,
guess
what number just called me?
That number just called you?
Yeah. And
okay.
It's 720.
Okay, 720.
808.
808.
59. 63.
Okay, 720-808-5963. Right. We need to get this on the Sleaze Brigade for sure. We need to get Chris on the Sleaze Brigade. And I want to tell people, do not harass, but be polite, because I think you're doing a public service when you tell these people, I've heard about you on the Martino Show, taking $1,400 in October of 18 and doing nothing for this woman. And April, no, not April, April, yes. She wants her money. Now, what neighborhood are you in? I don't want to know the house address, but what area are you in?
I'm in Thornton.
Thornton. I wonder if this guy works all over. Have you Googled this guy?
My son did after all this happened, and I got my butt chewed out from my son.
So I don't have to chew it out again, okay?
No.
So make sure, hold on. Listen, we're still going to help you, but are you going to try small claims court?
I would love to try small claims court.
See, we're giving it teeth. When I tell people to do this, yes.
I can't, they don't know where to serve him. Because according to the address at his company, which is his mother's home in Commerce City, she hasn't seen him in months.
Oh, man. Hold on. Suzanne, talk to her right now and let her email us any photos she has. I want a photo of the telephone pole with the picture on it, plus a straight photo, okay? Got it? Suzanne? Okay, good. All right, so we're going to put that up on Sleaze Brigade for sure. 303-713-TALK. And what about Isabel? Isabel's somebody who contacted us, and we're calling her back. What's going on, Isabel?
Hello. I have a husband who had gotten into some trouble for failing to appear for driving under revocations.
Okay.
Picked one up in Kiowa County last year in April, and he's just kind of pushed it out. He went to one court date, and then he didn't show up for the next.
Okay, so he got in trouble, and what happened?
At this time, he decided it's time to man up, and he went to Jefferson County last Monday to turn himself in because he then had a warrant for the failure to appear out of Jeffco and Kiowa. Jeffco processed him, kept him overnight. The next day, said, here's your $88 fine. You're not free to go because you need to get to Kiowa County. He was then waiting for transport. I have family out in Prowers County. They work along with Kiowa. It's really small. They don't have their own jail, so they utilize Prowers County Jail. I have family who work there. The guy who normally transports is my cousin. It was amazing. He gives us a phone call saying, hey, your husband is here.
Yeah.
They flew him.
They flew him from where to where?
From Jefferson County Jail to Prowers County Jail, which is in Lamar, Colorado.
And
so about 300 miles.
They flew him in a private plane. What kind of plane?
It's the governor's jet, I guess the one that
come on.
uses.
Come on.
Apparently it was
not the new governor,
not issues. And they needed to test it to make sure that it would make it. So they put my husband, 2 state patrolmen, and the pilot. And this
was a test flight?
A test flight.
This sounds too weird.
My husband said. He said the jail was saying that. They were teasing him when he got there. They said, oh, you're famous, you made it. You were testing out the governor's jet.
Okay, so that's weird. But
a little bit.
How serious are these crimes that he's being detained and transported and not just given a notice?
At this point, he served more time than he would get charged.
I know. What are the ultimate charges? It just doesn't sound worth it. What are the ultimate charges?
Driving under revocation. He was past due on his child.
No, but what was the revocation? Is what I'm asking.
Why'd he lose a license?
Or driving under restriction, I guess.
What was the restriction? What was the original?
He didn't pay child support.
Oh, are you kidding
me?
me?
They put a hold on your license.
So now, is this his ex he didn't pay to, or you?
No, this we were married, we got divorced, he had a baby with someone else, and now we're remarried. So
that's weird. So he owes child support. He owes child support to the middle wife. You're the bookends, and he owes for the middle child. And this sounds like a whole lot of trouble for just child support and then revocation. Man, he's in a lot of trouble. How long has he been held total?
Just 7 days. It's been since last Monday.
When is he going to get out?
Well, his court date was on Friday, and the bailiffs or the jail people didn't take him. It was at 11 o'clock in the morning. So they took him at 2 before the judge, and the judge hit him with another failure to appear for not being there at 11 o'clock in the morning.
But he's in custody. How can he be charged with that?
Exactly. He said, I was in custody since Monday, and the judge said, well, you weren't here.
And so
now he has court Wednesday.
This sounds like a nightmare. This guy didn't pay child support, ended up in jail, and then he drove while his license was revoked. And so he's in jail, and now failure to appear because he's in jail. This sounds like we're making a hardened criminal out of this guy. Has he ever been in trouble before?
He has. He's got a history that's about 20 years old. Once he met me, he straightened up and became a father.
All right, hold on, Suzanne. Get his information and her information. Let's do a background on him. I want to get to the bottom of this. This sounds ridiculous to me. It really does. It sounds absolutely ridiculous. 303-713-TALK.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs. The more interesting way to get your protein.
Good news. Tech Center Drive, that earlier wreck northbound I-25 between 225 and Hamden. Looks like it's been cleared up the way. Traffic is slowly getting back up to speed on that stretch. Just pack your patience a little bit. A couple of trouble spots up the High Country Drive.
Just him.
Crash on eastbound I-70 at Fall River, blocking the left lane. Watch out for delays there. And, of course, they're doing the rockfall mitigation once again in Clear Creek Canyon. US 6 remains closed until 5 o'clock this afternoon.
What time did this break fire?
Yeah, sunny today with a high near 45. Tonight, clear overnight below 21. Tomorrow, sunny, a tad warmer with a high near 51. Right now, partly cloudy and 34. With the traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
You're almost through the day. Make it to the finish line with P3 Portable Protein Pack. With meat, cheese, and nuts, it's high in protein and perfect for on the go.
Bright Light Chiropractic and Dr. Mike Hederscheit, they're having a special get-together for women. It's at Sheridan Hotel in the Tech Center. It's a ladies' night to explain the entire practice of chiropractic and how Dr. Mike Hederscheit delivers chiropractic along with other health care. All you have to do is give them a call and show up or register at brightlightdenver.com. Dr. Mike Hederscheit, January 19th. If you're new to chiropractic, this would be great. If you're new to this kind of neurology or neurological chiropractic, it would be great. What he does is he uses a hand activator for adjustments, and he adjusts nerves that help cure the misalignments or straighten out the misalignments so your body can cure itself. Why don't you mark it on the calendar, January 19th, all right? And it's brightlightdenver.com to make reservations, brightlightdenver.com.
Pros in the know. Start with Lowe's, because at Lowe's, pros can save on the tools and supplies they trust.
Remember, like 5 seconds of music or bed.
Save event and get 15% off all Lennox tools.
What exactly
Now,
are
that's
you
all I
looking for
have
on the
here, right?
background check?
15% off select plumbing and electrical.
Okay, Centeno, another Centeno.
What exactly are you looking for on the background check? I have it pulled up and there's a list
The guy
of
that's
stuff.
in jail, the guy that's in jail for child support,
The guy I just was talking
I
about.
understand who it's for, Tom. I want to know what exactly are you looking for? His current charges or past history?
Just
Does he have the
anything
list?
about it. I just want to know if the
I'll
guy's
print
a
it all
troublemaker. I just want to know if he's a troublemaker.
You should too. Let's be honest. The IRS is good at what they do. They seemingly have unlimited resources.
She says he's never been in trouble for the last 18 years. I just want to know, is this guy just a troublemaker or is he unfortunate?
With Larson Tax Relief, I personally know Ron and Jack Larson.
Nobody gets caught the first time.
Try to shave 3 off this one. This is like some kind of science.
Larson will get you the best possible resolution. Pick up the phone and call Larson at 844-LARSON-TAX. You'll get your life back and your tax worries will be gone. 844-LARSON-TAX or online.
Right after this? Oh, okay.
844-LARSON-TAX. When you think about home loans, think ideal home loans and the help they can give you.
That application process, we go through it line by line, and that really allows us to do an effective job to make sure we're doing what's in your best interest.
Call Brent Ivinson and his team at 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. They can answer all of your home loan questions.
Centeno Schultz is the stem cell clinic that I recommend to avoid surgery. Now, they can fix ACL tears, for example, with a needle instead of a knife. You've heard me talk a lot about stem cells, and I urge you to go to medical doctors, go to people who really know what they're doing, that harvest stem cells on site. So if you're ever at a clinic where they ship in stem cells or they say they're shipping them in, it's phony. You cannot get living stem cells from amniotic fluid that's shipped in.
Or umbilical cord blood. If you're looking for true living stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz. And because they're MDs, if you need other therapies, they have that available. You may not be a candidate for stem cells, and you can save some money. Centeno Schultz for genuine living stem cell therapy, 303-963-9201, and ask about their weekly seminars, 303-963-9201, or avoidsurgerytoday.com.
Some people might call $1,000 Trump change.
That's right. But wouldn't you take it? Well, you've got 16 chances a day to win it. The 16K is giveaway. Terrific. That's every hour at 5 past the hour on 630 KL.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Mark, did your BS detector go up? I mean, Isabel says her husband never had trouble before, you know, like 18 years ago. The first time he's arrested is for, or in trouble, is for driving while his license revoked. Do you know almost everyone drives when their license is revoked because they have to get to work? I'm not saying they should. But that little charge there, that charge, driving while revoked, ended him up in jail and then failure to appear.
He should have paid his child support.
And then failure to appear. But now the guy's in jail, and they gave him a ticket for non-appearing, but he was in custody. He couldn't have appeared if he wanted to.
I don't think the judge cares.
I want to know this. Isabel, does he have an attorney?
No.
Well, maybe it's time. Seriously. I mean, he needs an attorney, or his ass is going to sit there. It sounds like he got snagged in the system, if you're telling me the truth. I really would recommend, this is an ideal place for Lazara. I'm serious. He's a great guy, and if I were you, would at least call for a consultation with him, because he might be able to at least represent him enough to just get him out and prepare. I mean, otherwise this guy could end up sitting in jail for months. He's going to lose his job. Is he self-employed?
He's got side work, and right now the opportunity he had for a real job, he's supposed to start tomorrow. And
let me just ask you something straight up, Isabel. Is he a good guy or is he a troublemaker? I mean, really.
He's a good guy. He's got a checkered past, yes. He's a good guy. He has a hard time holding a job.
Well,
he comes from a background of abuse and neglect, all that stuff.
All right.
He struggles.
And he didn't pay his child support. Again, that's why he got his license revoked. And listen, I'm all for revoking licenses and putting pressure on deadbeat dads. I'm all for this. But I don't like when stuff starts piling up on people. And then, of course, there are those who say, Tom, things don't pile up on people. People allow it to happen. It's not something that the system is out to get him. You know, but if truly he's in trouble again for not appearing and he was in custody, I mean, the judge should know, if you're in custody and the deputies don't bring you before me, that's not your fault. It isn't, Mark, when he's in custody. And again, it all stems back to paying child support. And I know I know that violation might be legit, but I don't, as I said, think he deserves to sit in jail. He's been in there 7 days already. 303-713-8255. Alex, what's going on with you, Alex?
Hey, Tom. So I'm going through a divorce right now, and so my question is, when is a gift not a gift anymore? When does it become, does a gift, after so long, does it become income?
Okay, now, are you talking, this depends a lot. For example, you can give any gift you want to anyone during your lifetime, and if you do not exceed your personal exemption, which is $11 million, no one pays tax. You don't pay tax, and they don't pay tax. You've heard a fallacy that if somebody gives over $14,000, they have to pay tax on it. It's not true. It is absolutely not true. You can give any amount of money away you want during your life up to $11 million, and then you pay tax. But here's the deal. That's for estate type of taxes or for gifts. I one time said to a woman, why don't you just take a gift instead? It was a situation, and she said, well, that's not allowed. I said, sure it is. You can take gifts all you want. Now, the IRS, for example, however, would have a hard time if you did work for me, and I said to you, you know, Alex, thank you for doing that work for me for free. Now I'm going to give you a gift. I think that would be a really tough sell, and they would claim it's your way of getting around paying income tax, because technically people could do that. They could just say, hey, you work for me free, and I'll give you a gift every week. I don't think that would fly. Now, in a divorce, many men have said, wait a minute, I gave her an engagement ring worth 50 grand, and now we're getting divorced. That should go on her side of the ledger as money or as an asset. Now, it has been ruled in the past, I'm not giving you legal advice, I'm just telling you that in the past it has been ruled in courts that those rings are gifts and they do not count against the woman for having a $50,000 asset. In other words, if you're splitting assets in the marriage, they don't start out by saying, okay, you got your ring, that's worth X amount of dollars. So in a divorce, if it was a gift, it remains a gift. It's not converted to assets, usually. So I don't know.
She doesn't make enough money, so she's telling me that her family's helping her out to pay the bills.
Okay, and you're saying, oh, you want it counted as income for calculations. Now, the only time...
Calculations for towards child support.
Yeah, that's the only time income comes into consideration. For maintenance, it doesn't matter if she has... Well, it does matter if she has income, but what I mean is... Well, I guess it does. Because if a woman needs maintenance, it's assumed that she gave up some of her career or life for the children and for you, and therefore should be compensated. So I guess income would help if she was making money. But you're talking strictly child support. How much does the family give her?
I don't know. That's the problem. She won't tell me. I mean, because I've looked at the financial records. She doesn't make enough to cover her expenses. She kind of blurted out that her family was helping her out. So that's what I'm trying to find out. If her family's helping her every month financially with money...
If they help her every month and she doesn't work for them, I don't know. They very well could say it's just a gift because it's not guaranteed. It could be taken away at any time. Alex, I don't know how that would happen. I don't know how that would be calculated. We would have to ask Bonnie Shields, a family law attorney, if you hold on. I'm not sure. What do you think, Mark? Would they say it's a gift, or would they say it's income? If she gets, like, let's say...
Sounds like a gift.
A couple grand. It could be. I don't know. Frankly, I don't know. Hold on, and let's just try to get an answer. And if anyone else has an idea, give us a call. I'd like to know. 303-713-8255.
know what to do. What should I do next? And then what?
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs, the more interesting way to get your protein.
Good news on the Tech Center Drive. That earlier wreck northbound I-25 between 225 and Hamden looks like it's been cleared out of the way. Traffic is slowly getting back up to speed on that. Just pack your patience a little bit. A couple of trouble spots up the high country. I've got a crash along eastbound I-70 at Fall River blocking the left lane. Watch out for delays there. And of course, they're doing the rockfall mitigation once again in Clear Creek Canyon. US 6 remains closed until 5 o'clock this afternoon. The weather forecast: sunny today with a high near 45. Tonight, clear overnight, a low of 21. Tomorrow, sunny and tad warmer with a high near 51. Right now,
tell you all of your problems all day.
I'm Keith Wagner, 6:30.
What'd you say?
It's the middle of the
We
day.
should have a
Snack
sweepstakes
I'm sorry.
calling your name.
where we just come in and get where somebody gets to just win and come in and complain to you all day long
Keep going
about
while
their
you're out and
lives.
about. Grab the more interesting way to
Poor
get
guy.
your protein with P3.
iHeartRadio is presenting the first ever podcast award.
Please.
By Capital One. Best crime podcast, comedy, history.
I've worked with Rosera and the Bonnie Show's office. They're both pretty good.
iHeartRadio podcast awards. Don't miss it. Watch the live video stream Friday night at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on iHeartRadio's Twitter. Brought to you by Capital One. We've reimagined banking with inviting cafes and one of the nation's best savings rates. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Let's face it, when I talk about Rockies,
Okay, Tommy, sorry, remember we had that Brakes Plus call with the rotors and not
Yes.
sure, so they dropped those rotors off with our referral list member, they're both on for the update, okay? All right, it was a deal, honest to God.
I was so mad at that guy.
Which guy?
Just the guy on our referral list.
Why?
Because he kept thinking I wanted him to turn the rotors. I said, no, just mic them. Tell me if they can be turned or not. Well, we don't turn rotors. We don't even have a label anymore. I said, I don't want them turned. It was just an employee there. I just couldn't get through to him. And finally, we got through to him. Do you remember this one? The big
I remember
one?
the problem, yes. Do you know
Most
Larry
places-
Pichata? Is he alive still, Larry? Larry Pichata.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I mean, I'd bet money on it, but I'm not 100%. But it was Big O. Wasn't it Big O?
Don't even go there.
I don't think it was Brakes Plus.
Okay, we'll
Big
see.
O has a partnership
Maybe it
with
wasn't.
Brakes Plus. They cut their brake line.
Look at line 4 and have her corrected.
To help your business grow. Because with
was
reliable
bad.
GPCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most.
Okay, guys.
Ready?
Addiction treatment is provided by the Raleigh House. Mark and I just made a trip out to see them in Watkins. They have a farm facility out there for horse equine therapy and other things. They are so advanced when it comes to addiction therapy. This number I'm going to give you is for any question you have on addiction treatment, addiction, or how to talk to an addict, how to get help. Any question you have, 720-893-5559, 720-893-5559.
2019 is here, and rates are still in the low fours. Denver's housing
market is continuing to increase in value, with over 35,000 more families moving in than out annually. The feds continue to raise short-term rates, like auto loans, credit cards, but many of our clients are paying off their credit cards before rates increase again. Others are doing much-needed home improvements, like new carpet, kitchens, finishing basements, etc. And then some are just putting money away for that rainy day. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. Have you heard? There are loans specifically available for those
How's the new clock going?
without W2.
Everything's going well. There's no problem. I got it. 15 seconds.
Okay, on this, I'm going to have to call him with the credit card because it's an exchange. They didn't have the credit card.
Okay.
Can I go to your car and get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can. Is it okay if I call him?
Affordable Interest Mortgage. And then my last two names.
Plumline Services does free second opinions on all major repairs. If you're told you need a furnace, a water heater, maybe a drain line, they have their own drain division, or maybe a panel change out on your electrical system, Plumbline Services will let you know if you need the work, and they'll be honest. And better yet, if they think they can beat the deal, they'll let you know. And they are someone I trust for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. PlumlineServices.com, free second opinions. 303-586-1086, 586-1086.
If you've ever bought office furniture, you know how expensive and frustrating.
See, hitting times is not a problem for me. It's just organization.
Don't forget the music.
Yeah,
that one's going to take you a while.
You're right. No, I'll get it.
Cubicles and more, and they will help design your office layout for free.
I'm shocked K&H left these.
Right off I-225 in Aurora.
Yeah, so you see that why I said too.
I am shocked. I mean, I sent it detached. Just the nail holes. Oh, it's just weird looking. On the inside. Unless it's old warranty or something.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This is an interesting problem we had. Matt said that basically he had some work done, or was quoted for some work.
I think he had a coupon for a brake job, but let's ask him.
Yeah, let's recap the problem first, Matt, because we had our expert look at it. But what was your biggest problem with Brakes Plus, Matt?
Oh, it's false advertising.
Well, you went in for a brake special, and before we get into the false advertising, what was the problem? You say they quoted you on something that you think was wrong.
Well, they quoted my wife $1,300 to do the front and the rear.
Yeah, $1,300, and part of that included, they said, your rotors.
Right, it was rotors all the way around, calipers in the rear, pads all the way around.
And which part did you take exception to? You said those rotors were fine, they could be turned.
Well, yeah, my wife approved doing the work on the front axle, not the rear, and they quoted that at about $300.
And the one main issue of dispute was the rotors. They said the rotors could not be turned. Is that right?
That's correct.
Understand, though, I just need to say this. Most shops, including, I'll give you some examples you know. Our referral list member that's going to be on in a second. Sheridan Auto Tech, another one. A lot of people just replace rotors now. It's not worth the time and the labor to turn them.
Okay.
Well, I'll say, first of all, that it is.
Well, that's fine. There's lots of businesses
Sean,
that don't.
Sean, what he's saying is it's a business decision. Many of these shops decide not to do it.
And that's certainly ethical, but what Brakes Plus did was unethical because they advertised that they would return them, and then they refused to when they could be turned.
Was it on a coupon?
Well, no, it's an advertised special that's all over the internet.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah,
no
and so basically they advertise a so-and-so brake special, which includes turning the rotors, and they said to you, well, you can't have that or your wife, you can't have that special because in this case, the rotors are too thin or too warped or cannot be turned. And for those listening, turning a rotor simply means putting it on a lathe and making them all straight again. But here's the deal. I want to make this clear. Not all shops turn rotors. Some of them simply replace them. That's fine. But if you advertise that you will turn rotors, then you should at least turn them if they can be turned. That's the
agree
issue.
on that.
That's and on top of that, they advertise on their website that we will turn rotors down to manufacturer specs, and then they lied to the police that I sent after them that they make up their own specs.
Well, hold on. This is not a police issue. It's a civil matter.
It certainly is, absolutely.
How do you figure it's a police issue, Matt?
Because this falls under the Criminal Code 18-.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
What do you make of this?
By the way, Matt, it doesn't. But I'm not going to argue with you on that, okay? Because it's not worth it. I will guarantee you, you will never find a prosecutor ever to agree with you that this is criminal conduct. Okay? You won't. You just won't. Otherwise, it would be great if they would take consumer stuff like this. But Sean is a mechanic we asked to look at it at Oh, the owner, Sean Bentley. Was Sean, are you the one who looked at it, or are you you own the shop, but did one of your people look at it, or did you?
No, I did.
All right, Sean is with Automotive Import Doctor, and they're on our referral list at referrallist.com. That's Automotive Import Doctor. So what do you think, Sean, about these rotors? They come off of what kind of car?
It came off of, I was told, a 2008 Town and Country, Chrysler Town and Country.
Okay. And
that's correct.
What was your assessment of this, Sean?
What they read out as on rotor number 1.100.
Yeah, what does that mean, though?
An inch, that's the thickness of the rotor.
Yeah, I mean, but what was it? Could they be turned or not?
Yes, and the other one was 1.099. The minimum spec was 1.040.
Yeah.
So if you took, and every time I cut a rotor, you take off approximately 2 thousandths off each side.
I see. And you're saying there's plenty of material there to do that?
Yes, so I calculated it up. I could take approximately 14 swipes on one side, on one rotor, and 15 on the other.
Well, that's you really got detailed. Thank you. So, in other words, they said, Matt, what did they say about those rotors?
They said that they were too warped to be turned, and that's why my wife accepted the quote. She could not get a hold of me at the time. I was on the phone with the customer, as I oftentimes am.
Well, that's good that you got the old parts, because your wife already paid for this?
Oh, yeah, actually, they quoted it around $300. Then they hit her for $400. She talked them down to $350.
You know, this is a prime case for small claims court, because they really, if everything you're telling me is true, they lied to your wife, or they were misinformed.
So they actually told you they couldn't be turned, right?
They lied to me, because I was there before they had the rotors removed from the van, but we had already given them approval, so I went ahead and let it happen.
And you let it happen knowing they were doing the wrong thing? Knowing they were doing the wrong thing? That's
there was no way for me to be absolutely certain that they were doing the wrong thing, because I couldn't measure them.
Okay,
They were in
all right,
shop.
I get it, but you had a good hunch that
I was 90% certain.
Okay,
certainly.
all right. So, Sean, do you find this to be a common mistake in the auto industry, where people refuse to turn rotors just to sell new ones? I'm talking in general now, Sean.
In general, no. I mean, there are a lot of companies that will take, and kind of like me, I prefer to replace them.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the time and labor, as cheap as the new rotors are nowadays, it doesn't equal out. So I much rather return them. Also, the other end of this is, every time you take a cut of material off of this, you thin the rotor. The thinner the rotor,
of course,
the faster it heats up, the faster it warps.
Yeah.
And so what reason I took and choose to replace rotors is, when I was sending customers out with machine rotors,
right,
and then they would come back, well, my steering wheel shakes.
But here's the important thing to note on both of these. The important thing is that they didn't say, like you would, Sean, to a customer, they didn't say, you know, it's probably better to just replace them, even though we could turn them. It's safer and better, and it's more cost effective to just get new ones. They didn't say that. No. According to Matt, now, they lied to him. So I think we ought to call Brakes Plus and get a comment from them now that we know that. Is there anything in writing, Matt, that says the rotors are too warped or too thin to be turned?
I think I could find that. You could also talk to my wife. She's
No, that's fine if I talk to you or your wife. So what I'd like to do is get some proof, and then Brakes Plus has a problem. If they're telling people we can't fix these brakes, they're too bad, you got to buy new ones. Basically, you got to buy new rotors. But Mark, is there that much of a cost difference between them? It's like to me, what's the incentive? How much of a cost, Sean? Can you make a lot more money with new rotors than you can turning them?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. That's why I always recommend just replacing the rotors.
It doesn't seem like there's a big incentive, is what I'm saying, for Brakes Plus to do this, because it's not like they're making hundreds of dollars off of this thing.
But as you was listening to Matt says, oh, we came in for the brake special, and the next thing we know, we were, what, $1,300?
Yeah, I'm staring at one of the coupons on their site, and it's basically front, rear brake pads or shoes, resurfacing of drums or rotors. $149 with $20 off.
Yeah, so I wonder how many actual $149 jobs they do. That would be interesting. How many people have gone to Brakes Plus on the $149 special and end up spending a lot more?
This report is sponsored by T3 Portable Protein
Now,
Packs. The more
saying all that, For the amount of
Good, I'll do that. I want to do a Century RV as soon as possible then.
Not very many.
I can't even remember one.
In fact, on that one and stuff, they were really redoing the complaint. They came to this table and that tire fell off.
Yeah, they generally would. Let me see how many they have. I mean, I'm guessing they...
So Mark, a good practice then is to do inventories.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what? All right.
Easily fit.
Okay, so Mark, it's a good idea to do at the top of the hour our own in-house inventory real quick as a billboard, and then that'll leave us with some left. But that's a good system I'm going to implement. Then we won't get into that problem we had.
Yeah, you can never do them within the...
No, I won't. I will never do freelance.
Interesting way to get your protein with P3.
Century RV is the place to go if you're looking for new or used RVs. That's what I love about Century RV. New or used with internet pricing. They also have a service department, which is very hard to find for RVs, you know. They have great mechanics, plus they can work on the house items, or the, you know, the plumbing and electric and things that, the mechanisms, the hinges, all of that stuff. CentryRV.com, out in Lakewood and also up north at the 119 turnoff to Longmont. Call for details, 303-453-1111.
Our 2019 iHeartRadio Music Awards are coming, and this is the only award show where the...
Saying that about Brakes Plus, I'm trying to find out how many look.
So I have a few minutes, right?
They've got 76 stores.
Yeah, I know.
We have no complaints.
I know, you're right.
I didn't know they had 76. You know, him and my dad started the same year, and
Brakes Plus did?
Same exact year, yeah.
No, I agree that you should be more upfront. I mean, that's crazy. So.
Take out one of mine. How about that? I don't know.
So we should talk.
Someone was overzealous. Now, here's all they're going to say. They're going to say, hey, we explained they should just replace the rotors, and they said to replace them. We never said they were under spec. We said they had heat spots on them, which they did have heat spots, but...
But if the price point's the same, who cares?
This was a coupon special, and it wasn't the same. When they sold it to them,
They said 300 and they went up to 1,000.
Right. That's Now, granted, we should talk to a shop that does do turning.
They do turning at Brakes Plus. It says it.
114 is fine.
Right, but that's
yeah, we didn't get in any accident.
Is that they didn't?
Yeah.
They said there was not enough rotor there.
I mean, I told Brian everything. I trust whatever he did. I mean, that's why we use him. What was I going to say?
No, what does a shop make that does turn them and sell them?
Here's the deal. It has nothing to do with that. Here's the reality of it. Most technicians get paid on labor. Okay? They don't get paid on parts.
Right.
I would say most cars to turn the rotor, if you go to the Mitchell's manual or All Data, call for an hour. So the shop, let's say $100 rate to take it easy. The shop is going to end up collecting $100 and paying out somewhere between $20 and $40 to the tech. Okay. If they sold the rotors, they would make more in profit. Plus, the car is in and out way quicker because both of those are going to be on the lathe for 15 minutes apiece, maybe longer.
As long as they got the parts in stock.
And they're so cheap. I mean, usually you double. I always double the parts. So if I paid $50, I'd sell that part for $100. Most of those are going to cost us $15. They're going to sell.
Deputy Dan, we should still put it in a call to, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're going to say, "Oh, that nutcase they called the cops." This guy made it. I mean, he makes his own life hard.
Yeah,
but he's very successful in his business. He's got more work than
he's so successful that he doesn't know what to do. I remember. That's right. That was him.
He's telling his customers not to refer him because he's got too much work.
Don't refer me. I've got too much work.
You want me to call him now?
Mark, do you see how this is written? Like, it has a spot there and then brake force right on. I mean, do you see what I mean?
No, I know how to.
No, what I'm saying is if you had to refer this, it's not that easy. I mean,
giant ugly warehouse at
so
Washington.
the next break will be the headline for 4.
thrills for saving
Which
money.
is
Flooring, cabinets, countertops,
Aurora.
sinks, tubs, bobs, faucets, toilets, lighting, fans. Here's an example. I bought cabinets for 1/10 the price of big box stores. Yet got this.
Do you use Google Docs? I have a great idea. I have a great idea. Great idea.
He wasn't asking about the ring, right? He was just asking about...
I'm going to do a form,
to live,
and I think I have an idea that'll be cool. We'll see.
Say that again.
That Alex, you know, that was asking when is a gift, or when
Oh,
is
yeah,
it
yeah,
a-
yeah.
That wasn't nothing to do with the ring.
Oh, did we ever get Bonnie around for that, by the way?
Monthly cash.
She's not around. Can we have them on
Yeah,
another day? Is that what we're going to do?
It's not income if someone's giving you the money. I don't care.
I was right.
Well,
Yeah, it's
right.
consistent.
But what
He's gotta be doing
you're right.
something for
You're
it.
right. You're right.
They are not giving it to them.
I went through them for my divorce.
Who?
There, another Raleigh house.
Bonnie McManus.
Really? You like Bonnie?
Okay, I
You know,
hesitate
Bonnie's
emailing
good. I
because that's a
actually
record if I email all the clients.
Oh,
That's not a good thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Colleen was
But we have
Just
to
as
make,
they're all coming in
Mark, we
constantly.
have to make a concerted effort.
Yeah.
Or were you just going to wait for them to cancel? Is that how you do it?
No, I was going to wait till they're literally in studio with us. Most of the ones we're talking about are in
Not just your ring.
Next time they're in, we just kill the mic and have a conversation.
Wonder how they do that, because they said it's a gift.
It was mine. It belongs to
Revitalize is
Yeah, but no one
Whether I
goes
bought
in
it, he
from
bought it.
Raleigh
It was
that
mine.
has authority.
It's my property. Whether it was.
Well, that's probably true, yeah. But I didn't realize they were doing that with Rob either.
But how can you nickel and dime? Go through 20 years of stuff.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so Mark pointed out that Brakes Plus has like 76 stores, and we hardly ever get complaints. We're not dismissing this. This is not a good thing if you're told your rotors can't be turned. But I don't see any great financial incentive here for them to be pulling major scams. I certainly don't see a crime, of course. You know, I mean, really, a mechanic says your rotors can't be turned, and they have to be replaced, and he calls the police. That's a little over the
I would
top.
guess they're going to say something like this. Hey, we didn't say anything about turning them. They'd be under. There was heat spots on them. We gave them the option to get new rotors, and she said yes.
But Matt, did you get, by the way, did they offer you anything? Did they offer you a refund?
No.
Okay. Well, did you ask?
I gave up when the guy admitted that he didn't even measure them.
He admitted he didn't even measure them.
Did he mention the heat spots on them?
What do you mean, Mark?
There aren't any heat spots.
Did our guy say there were?
I thought he said there were, yes, but
he said they were fine. I don't want to get into whether they're fine or not. For argument's sake, I want to say they were fine. But, Matt, certainly the difference between replacing them and turning them, I mean, they might make a few bucks each.
Oh, no, they make a lot of money on that.
Yeah. So, Matt, when you called the police, did they actually take a report?
Oh, they did.
Did they say they were going to arrest the mechanic?
They said that they would investigate it, and then they investigated it poorly, and then I straightened them out again, and then they investigated it poorly again.
If I were you, I would just say, look, we mic'd these and had them checked, and we didn't need new ones. And then I would ask for a partial refund. I would ask for the difference between the new ones and how much it would have been to turn them.
Well, turning them is part of that coupon, if he's looking at that same coupon. So it shouldn't have been any additional. It should have been $149.
Yeah, they charged me for turning them, and they sold me new ones. So.
Well, how did they do that?
Because they charged him the coupon price of $149 that says they'll turn the rotors.
That sucks, actually, Mark. Wouldn't you be mad? Come on.
I don't know how they sold them to him. I go back to this. Listen, I'm usually right there on most people's side, but they have 75 stores. I am really thinking back the last time we had a complaint on this company. When was it?
No.
And I'm not saying they didn't pull the okey doke on him, but
you're right, Mark. I can't.
We've got onesies and twosies that get complaints monthly.
Yeah. Michael, what's happening in your life, Michael?
Okay, I finally am trying to get straightened out.
Let's help you. What's going on?
I need to get into an apartment.
Okay.
This week I took out. I have this lupus, and so I need to get out of Florida into a cooler climate. So I went up to West Virginia, picked out a place to move in, had everything all done. I come back to Florida to get ready to finish packing.
Right.
And they call and tell me that something's on my credit report, that I rented an apartment building, that I've never been there, never saw it.
Okay, well, there's a mistake then. So Michael, you were moving to where? South Carolina, did you say?
West Virginia.
I'm sorry, West Virginia. And did they rescind the offer? Did they say you can't move in anymore?
Yes, because I'm owning an apartment building.
Right.
I had given them all kinds of...
They claimed that you had an apartment before that you didn't pay for.
I know, but the thing, what makes it not so is that I gave them the landlord of where I live the same time as these other people who took my identity and used it to get an apartment.
Okay, well, Michael, that's easy. If you had an identity theft, will the new landlord, will he believe you?
Yes, I told them that. I told them that before I even gave them the application.
Okay.
And I also called the credit bureau, and they told me that they would put a fraud alert.
Okay. So what can we do for you? It sounds like you're doing everything correctly. What can we do for you?
Well, they're still turning me down because. And I'm up against. I don't want to be homeless. I even offered.
No, I understand. So
I offered them 3 months rent ahead of time, just so that give me a chance to get.
So this person in West Virginia just won't listen. Did you try another place?
I'm back in Florida now. I took.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Michael, just hang on, all right? And we'll talk to you off the air and figure out what's going on and if we can help you. She simply needs her file straightened out. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around for another hour.
Home ownership has gotten a lot more affordable in recent months, more than ever, really, if you consider that loan limits have increased to an all-time high. And with a 10-minute call to the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing, you can easily start your mortgage process. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and whether it's your first home, your next home, your vacation home, your investment property, they've got you covered. They have access to every kind of loan in the industry, so it's easy to customize a program that fits your needs, including options that require no money down. That's right, no money down. With American Financing, there's no commission involved, so your financial goals come first. You can feel confident you're getting the best rates and the most savings, and you will never pay upfront fees, unlike some lenders who charge $500 just to qualify. So get started today while inventory is up and rates are low. Call 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
Sunny today with a high of 46. Tonight clear with an overnight low of 20. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 51. Wednesday partly sunny and a high again near 50.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs, the more interesting way to get your protein. You're almost through the day. Make it to the finish line with P3 Portable Protein Pack. With meat, cheese, and nuts, it's high in protein and perfect for on the go. Grab the more interesting way to get your protein with P3.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky Mornings, Sean Hannity at 1, KHOW, Denver.
President Trump makes another pitch for the border wall. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's at the Farm Bureau convention in New Orleans.
We're going to have a wall. We're going to have a barrier. We're going to have something that's going to be very strong.
Calling it common sense and again describing it as a matter of national security. This as the longest ever government shutdown continues. Fox's Jared Halpern is live on Capitol Hill.
President Trump says he will not go along with a suggestion from Republican Lindsey Graham to reopen government while continuing talks on border wall funding.
I did reject it, yes. I'm not interested. I want to get it solved. I don't want to just delay it. I want to get it solved.
And so far, there's nothing to indicate an end to the impasse is near. Congress returns later today, the 24th day of a partial shutdown. President Trump wants nearly $6 billion for a border wall. Democrats say it's a waste of money and immoral, insisting instead on a deal for border security funding. Lisa.
Thanks, Jared. The president, again, moments ago, calling the problem of illegal immigration a crisis, though earlier today he reiterated his recent retreat from threatening to declare a national emergency on the issue, at least for now. Before he left for New Orleans, the president also again denying any wrongdoing with Russia.
The whole thing is a hoax. It's a big hoax, and it's very bad for our country.
This after two published reports raising more questions. One,
$12.03 for your next read. You know what thought? With as crazy as the breaks are now, I wonder how much our viewers are going to enjoy that.
Oh, it's way better. It's way better.
I'm talking our guys who like watching the behind-the-scenes stuff. There's no behind-the-scenes with the breaks, you know.
No, I didn't know. I guarantee you we'll be getting. Let's see here, Breaks Plus.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because at Lowe's, pros can save on the tools and supplies they trust to get the job done. Come in today for our Pro Stock Up and Save event and get 15% off all Lennox tools and accessories. Then save on your next job with 15% off select plumbing and electrical products, including push fittings, supply lines, and shut-off valves. But hurry, these deals are for one day only. So, Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. Offers end 1/14 on supplies last USO.
So he's kept these rotors for months. Waiting on this.
What's that?
This Matt, it's been months ago when it happened.
No, this guy doesn't forget.
The Breaks
He won't
Plus.
forget.
Technology advisors, you'll get the tax
Yeah.
and one-on-one partnership to help you
True that.
grow.
But look, he took it somewhere. I'll bet you he's got 8 hours into it.
Getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DEL to speak with an advisor today. That's 8.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. That's the place to go if you need orthodontics the new way. It's called the new orthodontics. What that means is instead of braces for 6 or 7 years, you don't need them. Not for 6 or 7 years. And get this. No veneers costing $50,000 and $60,000. Front teeth, $25,000. No, no, no. With Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, they use these mouthpieces that gently correct your bite and your palate, and they correct sleep apneas and TMJ at the same time. And then they use braces for the finishing touches, Invisalign braces. The whole process is just 2 years, a fraction of the cost of conventional orthodontics. The new orthodontics at Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, 303-690-0100, 690-0100. You will be astounded by Dr. Kent Lawson's The New Orthodontics, 303-690-0100. You've heard me emphasizing addiction treatment if you're facing addictions. You hear this again? Yeah, 6 of them. He actually said 6 to 8 he sees at any one time.
I don't remember ever hearing this many, though.
That's because we've never really been listening.
That's true.
I'm telling you, on the log, he will tell you. Now, did you say 6 to 8 Raleigh houses? Yeah. Yeah, daily. Now, you wonder why they were questioning ROI?
Of course not.
About how much it costs, about insurance coverage, about different treatment options. They'll also tell you how to look for telltale signs of addiction. Expecting your child, your husband.
This would never happen.
The Raleigh House is great.
That's right.
To get information. 720-893.
You just, if there's anybody on your list that has issues, you just tune them up.
Tune them up one time, usually that's all you take. It's one tune-up.
Just one tune-up will do it.
One tune-up and they're all set.
I'm talking about my provider in downtown healthcare serving Denver since 1997.
That'll do it. That's what happened to Ruth
Check them out at downtownshealthcare.com.
Kavanaugh tuned her out. She's been gone now.
We didn't know which Ruth. The RBG?
Hey, what happened to, where's Ruth at? Kavanaugh tuned her up over that last vote.
TheHormoneRose.com. That's TheHormoneRose.com. 630 K-House
has your shot at $1,000. Now, text the nationwide keyword cash to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeart Radio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's cash to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Whether you're installing a new door, a new opener, or just adjusting or tuning up, or inspecting your garage door opener, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. From Fort Collins to Colorado Springs. Hi, I'm Tom Martino. I'm a consumer advocate. We do recommend good people. That's what we do. And that's part of the show, unlike any other show. It's not an interruption. It's part of it. We also solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. So OneClearChoiceDoors.com. And they do this free Martino inspection. Don't forget that. And new garage door openers start at just $333 with Wi-Fi technology, time to close features, Wi-Fi ready. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're talking to Michael. She has an identity theft. She can't move. She was in Florida, or she is in Florida. She wants to move to West Virginia. West Virginia landlord said, sorry, no go. You have a bad record. This happens, Michael. It happens. Unfortunately, your landlord isn't listening, or your potential landlord. He's saying, nope, sorry. Michael, did you send any proof that you had an identity theft? That would help. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. I told her that. I've never been evicted.
And what did she say? She won't listen?
She won't listen. I gave her all my landlords all the way back for 20 years.
This is terrible.
And I left in good standing with all of them.
Well, I would offer to call, except I don't think it'll help because you said you already gave her a list of all your landlords.
I've also, I don't know if it's because of my disability. She don't want me there, or my.
What disability do you have? What disability?
I have lupus, and I have.
But why would that affect? No one cares if you'd had lupus in an apartment. Why would they care?
I don't know.
Okay, dear, hold on. Suzanne, what do you have to say, Suzanne?
I just wondered, did you bring up, do you remember, Michael, she called because she had a license in...
No, I remember.
In Illinois with a problem in Arizona and California.
Right. I remember, Michael.
Yeah.
So, Michael...
I never left anywhere, and not in good standing, everywhere. The last place I was at, 8 years...
But why did you pick West Virginia?
Because it's cold. It's cold. And it's close to where I'm at, so I could it wouldn't be hard to move, just go north.
You wanted a place that was cold?
Yes, I can't take the heat and the sun and everything.
Well, Colorado can get cold, but not extremely cold.
I know. There
are plenty of places you can go. But, Michael, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. If you had an identity theft and you corrected it and the landlord won't listen, I mean, if we... Do you think it would matter if we called?
Yes. It's still on my credit report, and I asked them. They said they were going to put it down.
So, did you...
But the credit people are not saying that they're not saying...
Did you dispute it?
A fraud.
Did you dispute it?
Yes, I have.
How long ago did you dispute it?
It's a couple of months ago. And
yeah, that should be correct. Man, this pisses me off.
I'll call over it. I need the apartment complex number.
Michael, hold on. I really can't stand credit reporting agencies. I'm telling you, they hold people hostage, even when they can be corrected. Have you had an experience like that? Our common woman today is in on the show. Have you, Ruth, had that problem? Turn on that mic there.
My last property, I had a big problem with that.
Why? Was it a mistake of identity, or was it what? Just a wrong report?
It's a medical bill that I have all the paperwork. It's all been sent in. They know that they coded it wrong. They haven't recoded it. I thought it went away.
And you paid it?
A couple days before I closed, my credit score took a 100-point dip because it hit my credit, and I kept kicking it back.
But did you get it corrected?
I'm still working on it. I got part of it corrected.
It shouldn't be that hard to correct a credit report.
I have it all in writing.
No, listen, you're not the only one. I hear this hundreds and hundreds of times a year. People cannot get their credit report corrected.
You got to go after the company that's reporting on it.
Yeah, but even then, Mark, it's just easier said than done. I mean, how much time can you take for this? It's so ridiculous. So, Michael, Mark will call over there for you. All right?
You got the information?
Yeah, she has the information on the landlord. We'll get it off the air. Suzanne, get that landlord information. What's going on, Julia? Hi, Julia. 303-713-TALK. As one drops off, we can take new calls. Julia, what's going on with you? Okay, I'm not waiting. Sorry. Brenda, what's happening? Hello, Brenda.
Hi.
What's going on? I'm doing good. What's going on?
Okay. I have a little problem. I got to be a little careful what I say to the
Okay. All right.
I have a client. He's getting thrown out of his home.
Okay.
He has nowhere to go. The state is throwing him out. They're not giving him a chance. And
when you say thrown out, Michael, Brenda, is this an eviction?
Well, he always pays his rent and stuff like that. But yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, he's throwing out.
Why is he being evicted?
And why by the state?
Well, because the property doesn't want him here. And then the state came in and said it was unlivable. And like I said, he's disabled.
Okay, so we got a bunch of things going on. We got someone disabled, a property that the state says is not livable, and you got an eviction. So let's take it one at a time, Brenda. What's this guy's disability?
Well, I just started working for him, but he's got a lot.
Okay, all right.
He's in a wheelchair.
How old is he?
I can't say. He's 38.
Is he on Social Security disability?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is this housing he's in subsidized?
Yes.
It is. It's federally subsidized?
Yes.
Okay. And when you said the state says it's unlivable, what does that mean? Did someone call an inspector?
Yeah. Somebody called an inspector to come in. It was one of the other people that live here.
I understand, but what inspector? The state, as I understand it, does not inspect properties. So who went in there?
I think it was who came in, a property owner or property management.
Property management inspected it?
Yeah.
Well, they own the place, or they run for the owner. I mean, who said it was unlivable? You said state inspectors.
Yeah, well, that's what they're telling him.
Oh. They're telling him that it's unlivable, you have to move.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of crap. They're trying to get rid of him, it sounds like to me. So how long? I understand. How long has he lived there?
4 years.
And why do you think they're trying to get rid of him?
Well, like I said, Tom, I just started working here for him.
Okay.
And
why do you think? I mean, does he pay his rent on time?
Yeah, all his rent and everything is paid. And when I came in here, it's a little dirty, but it's not like gross. Like,
is it just him that's getting displaced?
Yeah, or are they asking everyone to move?
No, just him.
Well, then, if the place is not livable, is he talking about just that apartment is not livable?
Yes, just the apartment.
Okay, I think, is he a hoarder?
No, he's not a hoarder. Nothing. I'm in his place right now. He's just got a couch, a little chair, and a little bed that he's
but apparently the landlord wants him out of there. The management company, they want him out of there. They inspected the place. They found it to be unlivable, and they said you have to leave. This is very common. But so you're claiming there's nothing wrong with the place.
No, I don't think there's nothing wrong. The walls need to be cleaned. I mean, they're not like disgusting, but yeah, the walls need to be cleaned. I mean, the shower, they haven't came in here to fix it because they want him out. So he hasn't been able to take a shower in 2 weeks. And like I said, he's in a wheelchair. He's disabled.
I understand. Now, Brenda, does he have a lease?
Do you have a lease? Yes, he does.
Okay, well, when is the lease up?
a yearly lease.
It's a yearly lease, but when did you start your lease?
Yeah, when does it expire? That's what I want. When does it terminate?
That's what I need to find out. I'm not sure.
He's not sure.
Well, could you do me a favor, Brenda? Find out about the lease. I need to know about the lease.
Where is this place?
Call back? Should I call back with more information?
Yes, you should. We're going to give you a number, but hold on. When do they want him out?
They told him they wanted him out immediately, and it was like 10 days ago.
They can't do that. They said move out immediately.
Did they put a notice on his door?
Yeah, does he have anything in writing?
Do you have anything in writing? Nope. He hasn't been officially served, he said, but they came and told him that he had to move immediately, and he's been scared. So the agency that he goes through to care for him,
right?
This lady is helping him. She's trying to go through all.
Well, that's very nice. You know what? That's very nice of you. And as far as HIPAA violations, you don't have to worry about that if he's right there telling you this stuff. I mean, he's the one that controls that. Do you understand? He can say anything he wants through you.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to worry about that if he's the one actually talking through you. So listen, we need a copy of the lease.
Okay.
And then we need to call the landlord after we see that, or the management company. Does he have the name and number of someone at the management company?
Do you? Yeah. Yes, he does.
All right. We're going to help, okay? Just hang on. All right, just hang on. We'll help. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I think I referred Joe Lazara just recently during the show. The woman was wondering why her husband ended up in jail and can't get out. And while he was in jail, he got a failure to appear, which sounds crazy. Now, Joe Lazara usually handles, criminal defense, and that usually means DUI or smoking while impaired due to drinking or marijuana or something like that. In that case, that's just a weird case. But if you ever have any questions and think your rights are being violated or you need help, Joe Lazara, 303-429-6200.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs, the more interesting way to get your protein.
The drive on westbound I-270 in Commerce.
I think that place is a nightmare.
You think so?
I don't know. She said the walls. I mean, what does that mean?
I know.
The walls. I mean, what does that mean?
The walls.
Hey, man.
The highway drive from metro area in pretty good shape.
I did Durand, right?
From Portland Northwest through downtown, traveling into the tech center,
and
then 70 on the west side of town in decent shape.
And I did one clear choice, and I have Wink and Wink.
Tomorrow, sunny again, a tad warmer, a high near 51. Right now, few clouds and still 34. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
You're almost through the day. Make it to the finish line.
Rough, I'll tell you. This was rough. This first day was rough for me.
It's high in protein and perfect for on the go. Grab the more interesting way to get your protein with P3.
Here's some good news for people with a bad back. But first, Purity Products has 3 important questions for you. Does occasional lower back pain slow you down? Would you like more joint flexibility and less everyday inflammation? Well, if you answered yes, we want to send you a free bottle of the ultimate lower back relief formula. In a 2018 clinical study, people taking 2 capsules a day of
Ladies'
the
night,
ultimate lower back relief formula experienced
when he's having a ladies' night for chiropractic health, does that strike you the right or wrong way?
Who's having it?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. A chiropractor having a ladies' night.
Having a ladies' night?
Does that, to me, it just strikes me as weird.
That seems a little creepy.
No, he's not creepy.
No, he's not. But what can we call it? It just doesn't sound right, a ladies' night.
Well, tonight he's having called a dinner with a dog.
Tonight,
I'm going to that.
Chiropractors come and give massages?
No. He doesn't do it. He's very particular about it, and he doesn't crack.
I'm going to say a women's
torque release is what he uses.
Yeah.
So
women's event.
I think a lot of it.
Chiropractic focused on women's issues, common issues.
And he does do for pregnant women stuff too.
Yeah.
So
it's something that focuses like that.
Yeah.
But if it was a guy that was just advertising ladies' night.
Yeah. No,
chiropractic care for
he never would come across like that.
No, he was like him.
Yeah, he's very.
I was just curious though, because I don't know what to say Saturday to Sheraton Hotel. Now I text him.
Well, it's at a hotel, so it's really basically a conference then. So it's a little conference really. Maybe you can say that as a ladies' conference or.
Consolidated some debt, and then they can tell you how to pay off that portion of the principal faster. They also have credit optimization, where they can help you tweak your credit. It just takes a few hours to get
Do you use a chiropractor?
I have in the past.
This guy, I tell you,
Who is it?
Dr. Mike Heiderscheid, right Lions Chiropractor. He's right off University in County Line. But he uses it. You ever seen a torque release thing? It's a little like a gun, not a gun, but you know, it just goes.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, so he doesn't crack. And I used to go to one, not a lot, but when I had neck issues and stuff, and I like the crack.
Yeah, but it freaks me out. Just
yes, and it freaks a lot of people out,
Yeah.
and some people get sore. So this part, he just kind of feels and goes to that vertebrae. And
Yeah.
if it didn't work for me, I would think it's a scam.
See, I would rather that than somebody twisting
Oh,
my head.
yes. See, hasn't done that since school. Doesn't do the cracking.
No, they can do some really good things, though. It really helped me with my range of motion. Like, I don't know what, he rubbed out some scar tissue in my shoulder.
Oh, really? So did you separate your shoulder, or what would
I
you do?
never separated. I don't even remember injuring it, but it was like I just couldn't even get my hands behind my back. And now, you know, I can, but it was just some scar tissue, I guess, built up.
And so did the massage do it, or just his
He
cracking?
just, I think he didn't, well, he did the adjustments, but what he did was he had me move my arm in and out, and he just like dug his elbow in there and broke up whatever
Oh,
was
really?
in there.
So if you could have went and got a massage, because that's what they do too and stuff.
Well, it was like physical therapy and
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
But yeah, I was telling him, hey, you know, my arm hurts and he had me doing stuff. It was whatever he did.
You can't success. You can't argue success. Well,
Pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact one.
So I don't know, I'm not into not paying taxes and living on unemployment, but I feel like it's a matter of principle.
Other pharmacies are available on our network.
no, like I said,
Trump change. That's
you don't look like you. Are you still teaching?
No, I don't teach. I didn't go to school to teach. They just asked me to teach for a couple of years. And
How long have you been in Colorado?
12 years. Hurricane Katrina.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we have Mark working on this identity theft for this woman. You know, many times when people call with identity theft, it really is identity theft. But the bigger issue are credit reports. Credit reports are very, very solemn. They're like a resume, an employment resume. You know how important your employment resume is? Think about this. What if there was an agency that kept your employment resume online and they said you were dismissed from a job because you were lazy, or they said you were late to work? You were late to work 3 times in the last 90 days, and you really weren't. Think about how important that is if you're looking for work. Well, credit resumes keep, credit reports are credit resumes that keep track of you. And if they have something on there that's not true, it's damn near impossible to change it. It really is, unless, of course, it truly is identity theft. But I'll give you an example. And this is really a prime example of what I call credit blackmail. A woman was in a car accident in a parking lot with yellow cab years ago. This woman claims it was yellow cab's fault because yellow cab ran into her when she was backing out of her parking space. They claimed it was her fault. They had the cab fixed and billed her for the bill, $600. They sent her a bill. She didn't pay the bill because she said, wait a minute, let's go to court. If you think it's my fault, sue me. Or have your insurance company subrogate. But instead, they went to the credit agency and claimed it was an unpaid bill. Well, think about this. An unpaid bill for $600. It looks like she didn't pay her bills, when really it was a dispute. So it ruined her credit. The credit reporting agency became the accuser and the judge and the jury, all in one setting, and she had no choice but to pay it or to forever be turned down for all kinds of things based on that bill, which really wasn't a bill, it was a dispute. So that was Yellow Cab using the credit reporting agency for blackmail. We had a case where a landlord, several cases, this is just one, where a landlord replaced a carpet. And the tenant said, wait a minute, this carpet was ruined when I moved in. The landlord was pissed off that she was moving out and said, no, you ruined the carpet. And so billed the tenant for the carpet and put a bad mark on her credit report. Again, the credit reporting agency was used to blackmail this tenant. This should not be allowed. What were you going to say, Mark? I noticed you were perched to say something.
Well, she doesn't know any of the information. I could have sworn she said to us that she disputed it, but she has no idea what she disputed. She said she talked to somebody. I mean, I can't make a call with nothing. I have to have something.
We have no information on whatsoever on her.
We have no information on who is putting anything on her credit report.
Or if it is, she said she disputed it. But
she doesn't have a copy of the credit report. She doesn't know the name of the apartment complex or the collection agency.
Are you kidding
me?
Yeah,
no, I just asked her.
I don't think she's mentally all there, if you want to know the truth. I think she's nervous or pressured.
I do have a call into the place she's trying to move into, but...
Michael, you need something. Michael, if you said there's identity theft, you must have a copy of your credit report to know that.
It was online. I read everything just with the thing that I got in my hand. And that's what I see. That I was told that when I went to do something, I can't remember, but I can't get into any place to live. But look, I was a landlord. I have excellent references.
Okay, you keep going off onto that, and I understand that. You don't have to defend yourself with us. All we're trying to do now is help, so we don't have to go back over that. But what we need is we need to see a copy of your credit report. We need to know how your identity was stolen and which items to dispute. You have to do this, and if it's online, then you have to download it or something, because we need to see what you're talking about in order to help you. Annette, go ahead, Annette. What's happening with you?
Well, it's a story for the books. With a bank.
Yes.
The bank lost my mortgage payment.
Okay. Did you make it by mail or online or how?
No, at the branch. At the branch.
You went there and made a mortgage payment.
And I have the receipts and everything. They went on to the phone with their...
Wait, you have a receipt for the payment?
Oh, I had. Yeah, I had.
You don't have it anymore?
No, I have them. But the thing is, they harassed me. They eventually found it.
Okay.
They could not find it for 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Then they found the payments. They said they probably were lost in the second mortgage department.
Okay.
Which I don't have.
I understand, Annette. So where does it stand today? How can we help you?
Now, they harassed me with phone calls to make the payment.
But you already made it. But they
reporting it to the credit agency.
You said they found the payment.
Yes.
So why are they bugging you about it?
In the meantime, they have ruined my credit rating.
See?
And I have correspondence with them for about, I think, 5 inches high.
So how long ago was this payment that they lost?
They lost it for July, August, September.
They lost 3 months of your mortgage payments?
That's right.
And they
never apologized. I eventually got in touch with one of the mortgage officers in Loveland, and he managed to rattle the cage and find my payments. But then I said to him, what about restitution for the harassment. Also, I need
Well,
a letter.
I don't think I'm going to get. I would be able to get you restitution, but I'm more concerned about your credit report.
Credit rating, yeah. I said I want a letter.
Of course you do.
It.
They need to correct your credit report.
And
Who
they
is the
never
one?
do.
Who is the one? Who is your mortgage company? Let's put it that way.
Well, it's the bank.
Who? What bank? Wells Fargo? What bank?
U.S. Bank.
U.S. Bank holds your mortgage. Is that right? And you actually made your payment at U.S. Bank.
That's right.
Okay. And then U.S. Bank reported to your credit agency that you were late.
Yeah, for 3 months.
Okay. And then they found your payment.
Right.
Okay. Why don't they just go and erase the bad report they made?
Well, this is what I asked for through that gentleman in Loveland, and they never informed me. Nothing. And this
so it's still on your credit report.
Oh yeah, and I.
How do you know that?
I will get one now. I have ordered one. Then I will dispute it. But in the meantime, you know, I am very upset about that.
I don't blame you, Annette. If you promise to get back in touch with me when you get your credit report, I need a copy. I will help you. If they do not correct it when you dispute it, I would like to do a slander of credit lawsuit. I think we can get an attorney to take this as a test case because this is wrong. These people. Okay, so when did you order your credit report?
I did not yet because I've been so busy.
Annette, would you take the time? But I can't do it for you. Can you take the time to order it?
Oh, yes.
Okay, but please do it. And when you order it, I want you to find. I want to look at it, if you don't mind, and I'll find the U.S. payments. The U.S. bank payments they said are missing. And then, do you have any letter from the bank saying they found it?
No, I did not, but they corrected.
Where were they? They collected what?
They corrected it by crediting these 3 payments to my account.
Do you show?
All they did.
Do you show that they were credited? Do you have something to show that?
Yes, I'm up to date now.
But do you have something to show that it was credited all at once?
No. Yeah, and you know what? I'm 80 years old, and they do this to many people, and it's a revenge matter because in February, I have to tell you that to alert a lot of other people.
Annette, I don't think it's revenge.
Well, wait a minute. You don't know.
All right, hold on a second. Just hold on, all right? I'll let you tell. I don't. Here's the thing, okay? I don't know what is going on, but people, you know, calling the police on auto mechanics and other people saying the bank is holding my payments for revenge, and then the other woman wanted reimbursement for aggravation. I mean, the world's going crazy. The world is going crazy, or I'm just getting them all. But, Annette, I'm not calling you crazy, but I doubt they have revenge on you. But I would like to take some of these cases for credit fraud, credit, what do you call it? Credit liability. I mean, they have liability for that credit. Slander of credit. I would like to take some of them and help out. 303-713-8255. BecomeTheBanker.info is the website that you can go to see a video that I made about this investment. So many people have questions. I believe this video answers every single question. It's about cash value, growing tax-free, and how you can use it through your life instead of credit cards, where you become the banker. And then you can use it to supplement your Social Security. It's a real deal. It's a real deal, and virtually no risk. Now, is it for everyone? No. But I will tell you this, it's a safe, conservative investment for almost everyone. Why don't you go to becomethebanker.info and let me know what you think.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky Morning.
T-Mobile. I sued them for a breach of contract. And
on which one was that again?
They reported something on my credit.
Okay.
So I sued them for, let me look at the complaint real quick.
Did you get paid?
Oh, of course. And it got removed. But I got $1,016 and it got removed.
And Citigroup becomes the first of the big U.S.
Derogatory.
quarter earnings results, with the bank beating on earnings and missing on revenue.
Was it hard to get a letter of
Shares
deletion?
are up around 4% today. Tomorrow, JP Morgan.
No, I sued them. I had them remove it. I wasn't going to the credit agencies. The credit agencies don't remove anything. All they do is send off and say, hey, is this correct or not? If they say it's correct, it's done, it's over. You have to go after the people that are
So in the
saying.
$30, are you just going to do them outside of the spot box again?
No. This is the building owners.
Oh, okay. Okay, just making sure.
You know,
no worries.
With the Fox Business Report, I'm Howard Barnes.
What does
The
building a
biggest
better
issue I
bank
had with
look
them
like?
is I didn't like
It starts with building Capital One cafes,
disclosure,
warm,
study
inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes, and you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only, offered by Capital One NA member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs, the more interesting way to get your protein.
Taking a look at the mile-high city drive across the freeway system, crash being cleared on the westbound side of I-270 at Vasquez. Big backups, as you can imagine, on that stretch. Off-highway traffic lights malfunctioning at 56th and Havana. Treat that as an all-way stop. Crash off-highway being cleared at Ulster and Union. And up in the high country, Highway 6 in Clear Creek Canyon closed once again until 5 o'clock this afternoon for rockfall mitigation. The weather forecast going to be sunny today.
So the next break, I have Denver Egress and Integra.
And a high near 51. Right now, a few clouds above and 34 with the traffic and weather.
This is we got to clear this up, and I'll do it better tomorrow.
Snacks are calling your name. Get through a P3 Portable Protein Pack. Its meat, cheese, and nuts are high in protein to keep you going while you're out and about. Grab the more interesting way to get your protein with P3.
Hello, I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. I've recovered millions of dollars for consumers for all types of consumer problems. But when it comes to tax problems and the IRS, I call on
Steven says it removed it from my credit report, but my credit is still down 100 points.
Seemingly have unlimited resources, but Larson has been successful fighting them. Hey, we all make New Year's resolutions this time of year, so there's no better time to tackle your tax problems with Larson Tax Relief. I personally know Ron and Jack Larson. They don't judge. They know things like this happen. Let them deal with the IRS or state on your behalf and take the stress off your shoulders. Larson Tax Relief. That says it all. Relief. Resolution for all your tax debt problems. Larson will get you the best possible resolution. Pick up the phone and call Larson at 844-LARSON-TAX. You'll get your life back and your tax worries will be gone. 844-LARSON-TAX or online at LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX.
There's nothing small about your business. Your passion, your hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow.
What did you say your damage was on that lawsuit then?
Processors, you can focus on what matters most.
Mark, what did you say your damage was? You got a loan at a higher rate or something?
That's 877-BY-DELL.
Very similar to that. I don't remember exactly what I put. It might have been on a car. I bought a car and would have got a lower interest rate, but yes, it was tied into there. It tied into an actual number that made sense.
Did they ever check that out, or they settled?
No, they settled quick.
And get a specific plan to get rid of this bad asset.
That was one of the deals. I walk in and they sent an attorney, so I already knew they were $2,000 out of pocket. They were just idiots. You know what though? No one does it though. How many times do we tell people take them to small claims court? How many times do you think they actually do?
Hearing loss and tinnitus. Tinnitus is a ringing mostly in the ear.
I mean, almost none. They really don't.
It often accompanies either a trauma to the head, a disease, an infection, or a hearing loss, or all. You may have just a hearing loss. You may have just tinnitus. Whatever it is, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center.
This guy really takes this show seriously. I mean, he rotates and he knows what to do. He cares. You know what? That other motherfucker used to take the same spot every day. Not only does he rotate, but he knows enough to not have the same records. In other words, the ones who go live are rotated too. The guy's just all there.
Yeah, but it would interrupt Drew's playing games.
Oh my God, it was terrible. It was terrible. There's no attitude there. I tried it, like Mark said, I just wasted $350 trying to win them over.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
What you got is love and adoration.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, let's talk. And what's on your mind? Winkandwink.com, bankruptcy attorneys. I hope you never need them. They can stop foreclosures, though, so that's what's important. So if you, 920-1622 is the number, 303-920-1622. Somebody emailed me and asked, how do you stop a foreclosure? In many cases, a 13 will do that, and then you can do a payment plan just on the arrearage of that. If that's all you care about, they can help you with that. Winkandwink.com. Ken, I'm going to go back to Annette, but Ken, you have a comment on credit reports?
Comment and a question.
Yes, sir.
So, to make a long story short, transferred my phone service from T-Mobile to Verizon.
Okay.
Went into the office, paid off my final bill.
Yeah.
So I would have no problems.
Yeah.
6 months later, I get a notice from the credit bureau that I owe T-Mobile for a past due balance.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, of course.
Did you really owe?
I can't find out. This is what happened. I asked for a final itemized bill. They sent me this credit bureau sent me a bill.
What do you mean the credit bureau? A collector?
Credit bureau. Yes.
Well, credit bureaus don't send.
I'm sorry.
You meant a collector. A collector sent you a bill?
Supposedly sent me the final bill from T-Mobile.
Okay.
The final bill they sent me had no itemization on it, no nothing. It just had an amount on it for $248.
But what about your regular phone bills you used to get? You didn't get a final one?
I did not get a final one.
Huh.
Why would they not send me a final bill?
I don't know.
And why would they wait 6 months later and report it to the credit bureau?
That sucks.
Exactly.
Did you pay it?
No, I did not pay it because I always wind up paying these things through the years, and I'm tired of it.
I don't blame you one bit. You're tired of just giving in.
Yeah.
So where does it stand right now?
It's on my credit report
as
unpaid, $284.
And it'll affect you in everything.
And here's the killer. The final bill they sent me was for $248.
God.
No itemization, no...
Do you know what? Mark sued T-Mobile.
No, I didn't. A phone company. Let's keep it like that.
So you had to do a non-disclosure in every one of these?
Oh, of course, always.
In every small claims court, they do a non-disclosure for your settlements?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I know someone who sued T-Mobile.
There you go.
And they won in small claims court on this. Why don't you just sue him?
I believe it was for breach of contract because they added something onto the poor fella's, he was a handsome guy too, but they added something onto his credit report saying it didn't get returned.
Yeah. Now, in your case, though, you never paid it, so they're correct in saying you didn't pay it, but you're saying you never got a bill. So
I never received a bill.
So,
and when I went
I understand that. That could kind of be like a breach of contract. They didn't send you a bill, so you couldn't pay it, and as a result, you suffered damage with the credit reports. So why don't you do it? Did you find Mark? Where does one find a registered agent for T-Mobile?
Oh, that's easy. Colorado SOS.
Okay, the Colorado Department of State or Secretary of State.
Yep.
Here's the deal. That's where you go. You know, if more and more people did this, you would have less and less of this garbage going on. You really would. Conrad? So really, we're not giving you the kiss off. We're just saying go and do it. So Conrad, what's on your mind?
I signed a lease with a commercial company or for a small shop.
What kind of shop? Like retail?
A mechanic shop.
Okay, so how long was the lease? What were the terms?
3-year term.
3 years.
3-year lease.
Okay.
And then it was to be paid monthly.
Okay.
And in that, she told me that gas was included in the monthly rate.
Well, did the lease say that?
No. So when I got the lease, I saw that under utilities it said I was responsible for gas. What I did is mark that out, and then I initialed that.
Yeah, but did she initial it?
No, and that's where my problem is.
Well,
so
then it's not. Wait, well, how long ago did you do this?
Oh, about 4 or 5 months ago now.
Okay. Well, when you saw that gas was in the contract, that you're responsible, and you just crossed it out, did you do it on your copy or on her copy too?
On the copy, yeah, the copy I signed.
And did she sign that?
Yeah, but she didn't initial next to it, but she did sign the contract.
Did she sign it after you crossed it out?
Yes.
How can you prove that?
I guess they have the original and I only have a copy of it.
Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if you have an original or the copy. If you had the original, how do you prove she signed it after you crossed it out?
In other words, if you changed it again right now.
Because I don't have the original copy. She has that. So
okay, so she shows you the original. Okay, how does that prove one way or the other?
The reason is because she can't produce a copy without that marked up.
So what? She can say, I signed it, he grabbed it and crossed it out.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, there's nothing to prove. That's why people initial changes.
Right.
If you try, so it's all coming down to gas. Gas was either included or not included. That's really what it comes down to.
Did you think was it supposed to be included?
Yes. Now, the way she described it, the way we talked about it, and everything we talked about gas is to be included in the monthly lease, and then once I went to signing, I noticed that it showed it in the contract, and I brought it up to her. And
yeah, but a hell of a good argument.
It is a good argument because the chances of you crossing it out on her copy, after she signed it, is pretty slim. So why don't you you're going to have to bring this to a head.
What does she say now?
Now, yeah, naturally now it's full denial of any knowledge.
Well, it was kind of,
surprising.
But it was really your fault for not having her initial it.
And that's what I'm seeing, but I just didn't know if there's any...
Well, here's what I would do. I'm going to tell you how I would handle it. Hang on. I really will. I'm going to tell you step by step. And then I got Julia, who held earlier. We'll get to you and more.
This report is sponsored by P3 Portable Protein Packs, the more interesting way to get your protein.
I won't do that anymore.
Elevator's to the right.
I slipped into my old habit.
Going out here.
I quit. That's the ones out for Richard Smith and Holly as well. And lights are malfunctioning at 56th and Havana. Treat that as an all-way stop. The rest of the drive across town in decent shape. Up in the high country, US 6 and Clear Creek Canyon closed once again for rockfall mitigation. Not scheduled to reopen until after 5 p.m. The weather forecast. Sunny.
Wasn't that a phone when you did T-Mobile, something you sent back, some actual hardware you sent back?
Yeah, it was, it doesn't matter if we hit a clock on the third hour either. Okay, so good.
So you got that money back, plus you got damages.
I think I had a tracking number. And I'm going to do another real quick one for me.
I think I had a tracking number. I had something. I don't remember what I had. But they said they never received it.
So you got and they charge you for that.
Let's talk about Denver Egress Window. You know what that is? That's a company that puts in
window wells and windows to get into your basement, actually, to help your family get out if you have an emergency. And they really do a beautiful job. Now, what they do mostly is rebuild the old ones because, the builders put in the cheapest windows possible, and they put up that corrugated steel, and they do a beautiful job with these new window wells. They can either rebuild them, they can put in one where you didn't have one at all, or they can make those little ones that are really old, they can make them bigger and legal, or they can even dig out a basement. That's DenverEgressWindow.com, 720-626-4221, 720-626-4221. And speaking of home construction, on this show every day we hear from people who have been ripped off. There's no other word for it. Contractors take money up front and leave without ever doing any work. You know what? GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark Szymanski is honest. We've checked him out. We've done the homework. He is a great guy. So don't get stung. Get a contractor you can trust. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, from the roof all the way down to the deck and fences and windows and doors, and also inside, basements and kitchens and baths. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all.
Mark, Integra is done tomorrow, right?
No matter what I did, they never went away.
Wow.
So I decided
Yep,
to
sure is.
my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered
They had a good year again.
pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my
It's an
stomach
EPI.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms don't go away.
I mean, they probably take a little break, but they still do stuff throughout the year because you can have, what do they call it, a life-changing event. And then you can.
Oh, or a new company or people that move here.
EPI.com to learn more and use the symptom checker.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Someone coming of age.
Integra Insurance is your insurance broker for health insurance. That's still mandatory. Now, you don't have to go on the exchange because there is no penalty anymore, but you still need health insurance. And guess what? Tomorrow is the deadline, and you cannot buy it after tomorrow. So call Integra Insurance and let them do the work for you. They can go through all the hundreds of plans and find one best for you. 303-466-5500, 466-5500, IntegraInsurance.com.
I grew up in a military family, and that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that...
Every time, but man, does it take some presence of thought. But I think, you know what, Mark? It makes the show run better. Don't you think?
Yep, absolutely.
I'm getting the idea that the show's running better. Even though it's going to be hell for people, when we have people in the studio, Mark, it's going to be terrible. On some days, we might rely heavier on the recordings. That's all. We just have to sometimes.
While receiving access to 100% of your home's value, that's greater than any other.
This Sleeves Brigade for Tom Broom turned out good, Mark.
It's available to activate.
And I'm going to do one for.
She's up tomorrow too for an update. That dot.
Oh, did she get her statue back?
No. We were going to do an update, with her, and she's going to
talk about
what she can do, right? So she might come out better. She's using small claims. She's sued for $7,500.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta ask. You can't just say.
She has an appraisal from before.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
And nothing was on the contract.
This guy's an idiot. What a jerk he is.
I think he's, like I said, he's going out of
Whichever saves you the most
money. Really is
That's simple. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know you can't beat this
I mean, they make quite a bit, but people have to buy the stuff.
What do you mean they make quite a bit?
Well, he makes 20%. Then I thought in a lot of those auctions they do.
Did you see that craft on man? All the stuff looked old.
Oh, I didn't really see too much in the building.
When I looked through that side window,
oh, okay.
It just looked like my grandmother's stuff. You know, I mean,
there used to be a lot of auction companies along there. I think some of them went to pot, literally grown pots.
Oh, I guess I'll try to say you one more time for it. Actually, that one is driving me crazy. I think a lot of times people with credit issues, they have credit issues. I really do. Like this one with the bank. Where did she say the payments went?
The dryer vent guy.
No.
I don't even know what to say about that.
The dryer vent guy. Do we have his phone number?
He thought like we didn't believe him or something.
But I emailed him back.
I don't even know what that means.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, Conrad has a lease for an automobile repair shop, and in it, it says he has to pay for gas. He crossed it out and initialed it, and he said his landlord signed it because he said it was his understanding he didn't have to pay for gas. The waters are muddied right now, but I think she'd have to have an explanation for why her original copy has it crossed out with you initialing it. Now, she would literally have to claim she didn't notice it. And she could, by the way, and that would be fine. She could say, oh, well, I didn't even bother looking at it. Once he signed it, I just signed it. I mean, she could say that. But I would take a shot at it in small claims court.
Is there any other units right there by you that she has?
Yeah, there is.
Do they pay gas? That's a good one, Mark.
I'm sure they do.
Well,
right.
if they
So
do, I got to tell you, man, why
negotiation.
would she just pick yours of all? See, your story lacks credibility. I'm not saying it does for me. Like, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm saying it lacks credibility if she says, hey, I don't pay for anyone's gas. Why would I pay for that? Okay, Julia, your turn, Julia. What's going on?
I would like to know what steps to take to get a title. We're trying to help a coworker who has special needs, who bought a car for $500. He only has the paper showing like a bill of sales.
Okay, now, where did he buy it?
From a private owner.
Did the private owner have a title?
He said he didn't have it and told him to go apply for one, and he left to Mexico, and he can't get a hold of him.
Well, okay, that's not that easy. If the owner sold it, he has a bill of sale, but he has no title. That's going to be a big problem.
It sounds like they just took the guy's $500.
Right. How do you know he even owns it?
We don't know that.
Well, the seller was the one that had to apply for that title.
I don't even think they'll print a duplicate unless if you're the guy on it.
Yeah. So, Julia, I don't know. Honest to goodness, I don't know what he can do. Unless, I'm not even going to say.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Nissan Pathfinder.
I mean, how old is it?
It's $500. Does it run?
Yeah, it runs. It's an older one, and he's had it a couple months, but he hasn't got it.
Okay, will that guy... I don't think that guy had a title. I don't think he ever had a title.
Probably doesn't own it.
Yeah.
Is it registered in his name, the seller?
No,
Can we do a VIN number? Can we run a VIN number to find a story? Let's first find the story. And if that guy did own it, Julia, if he really did own it and sold it, then what you guys could do is simply apply for a lost title in his name. Because you're not lying or anything, but you can't forge his name, but theoretically he would have had to have signed it. I'm more concerned about substance over form. In other words, did he really own it? That's the first thing.
I don't think she can get a duplicate.
No, what I'm saying is, if he really owned it, Mark, he, quote, will ask for a duplicate.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think he has to show up with a driver's license to get one.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't think he can do it by mail?
No.
Well, let's find out. Julia, the first things first. Let's get the VIN number, and Suzanne, let's get one of our contacts to try to run that VIN to get at least a history of that vehicle. Annette, okay, your mortgage payment was lost, and we talked about what can be done. You're saying it was lost and then it showed up again, right?
Right.
And it ruined your credit, and it was US Bank.
Right.
Where was it lost, though? I don't understand that.
I forgot to tell you the first story. In 2017, my escrow payment was from January to August 271, and all of a sudden they sent me a letter. They're saying escrow money is due.
I know, and that
increased to $435.
I know, and that escrows change all the time. No, I can't wait, Annette. I can help you, but it's not going to be as easy as you think. So hold on, Suzanne. Let's get her for a follow-up.
2019 is here.
Annette, we're off the air now. Listen, dear, I can help you if you have proof of those 3 payments. Okay, but we